The foundation is very this. We all know that this his arrest I won't use the word arrest. His adoption in Kenya was even illegal because there are clear state procedures to extradite a someone that is accused of terrorism. There are clear international procedures to do that. And what the Nigerian government did, the Nigerian government illegally arrested this man in Kenya, seized him in Kenya, and transferred to Nigeria illegally without following the lawful extradition process. And for me, if they actually follow this process, you could have avoided the gamut of unconstitutional court orders that we got. Because at first, we had so many court orders at the point of beginning of the trial that delayed this trial to now. And why? Because fundamentally, his arrest was illegal. Even the Kenyan court, as I speak, in June 2025, the Kenyan court gave a ruling. Because I remember his brother sued on his behalf against the Kenyan government. And the Kenyan government held, only the Kenyan and Nigerian government, the court ruled that it was illegal and unconstitutional for the Nigerian government and the Kenyan government to arrest this man in Kenya the way they did because they did not follow the extradition process.
Okay, so what you are saying in essence, Samuel, is that
I'm trying for the fundamental.
Just a second. So what you are saying in essence is that the trial currently going on is illegal.
My brother,
is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying in the essence, fundamentally, from the beginning, the Nigerian government, they could have followed the due process to even arrest this man. But fundamentally, the process was even wrong.
Yeah, I get that because the Supreme Court said the same thing.
We need to admit that. Even the Kenyan government have admitted that.
Yeah, I get that, Samuel. My question is, sorry, Samuel, I don't know if you can hear me. My question is direct. So, based on what you said, are you invariably saying that the current trial ongoing is illegal? Is that what you are saying? Because his extradition was illegal in the sense.
Let me push it. Now I'm telling you that our Nigerian government has foolishly delayed this process. Now I've told you fundamentally at the point of arrest. Now let's cut back to the point that this man got to Nigeria, he was deported to Nigeria. The Court of Appeal in 2022. In 2022, what happened at the Court of Appeal? They acquitted and discharged MNK of all terrorism attack charges. Was it not? Yes. If you are doubting me, you can go. You know, you are aware. In 2022, yes, they discharged him. They acquitted him of all forms of terrorism charges. And that tells you something. That our legal system, I won't say our legal system, the Nigerian government are not proactive. Look at the case of what's it called? The case of this man Abbas that was extradited by the US from Qatar. What happened? They did their own work before arrest. A sound and responsible government who may have done their own work to gather evidence before arrest. You don't arrest and start gathering evidence. It's stupidity. It's
yes, Samuel, you're still not answering my question.
No. See,
you are not answering my question. Hold on. Sorry, my brother. Let me explain again to you.
All these facts are part of the things.
Yes, I understand. Hold on, Samuel, Biko, just a moment. Let me just add this to my question, please. Don't be angry. Let me add this to my question. So, I still want to understand where you are coming from. You are not very concise. Now, listen, what I'm saying is this. Because you spoke about appeal courts, and you are refusing to tell us that the same Supreme Court that also admitted that the extradition was illegal still gave a go ahead for the trial to be, to be started, right? Now, my question to you is this. Are you saying that based on the fact that he was illegally renditioned to Nigeria, that the currently ongoing trial in its sense, it's illegal? In itself, it's illegal, sorry. Is that what you're saying? As a legal practitioner.
My brother, I'm not going to say the current trial is illegal because the Supreme Court, in his wisdom, have said the man should have his day in court. Yes. What I'm telling you is this. The Nigerian government has delayed and dragged this case because of because I won't say they're not being diligent. Their failure to prosecute, to give we say it, diligent prosecution. Because trust me, my brother, in some cases, which have been in court, the cases have been struck out for non-diligent prosecution. And that's what you have seen that happened. Could happen in this case for a long time. Because the Nigerian government have not
Samuel,
been diligent.
sorry, Samuel. Let me
And
repeat the
again,
question again.
oh
Are
my
you
brother.
saying that the currently ongoing trial is illegal? Yes or no? That's the question I'm just asking you to answer.
My
You
brother,
don't need to explain.
the first question you asked me was the fact that
No,
how
no.
long
If you
the
answer it,
Nigerian
I will give you a
government,
follow-up question too.
how about the Nigerian government? No, my brother, now let me finish the question now
Okay,
because
you don't want to
answer
answer the
this.
question.
No. Oh, see, Grandmaster, they are trying the man. It's okay. It's legal. It's
Is
legal.
it a legal trial or an illegal
No, now
trial?
you can't say it's illegal trial now. It's legal trial
It's a
now.
legal trial. Okay, fine. Let me
Our
ask
court
you a
said,
follow-up question.
I've said that yes,
Okay, let me ask you a follow-up question. So you admit it's a legal trial.
it is.
Now, yes, yeah, why? Okay, now you have admitted it's a legal trial. Now, explain to me, right, since it's a legal trial, why you believe that the Nigeria government or the federal government, as of today, is the one stalling the trial and not somebody else. Can you
My
give
brother,
me concise reasons why you think so?
my brother. You know this question you're asking me is not a 1 + 1 = 2.
You see why I don't like lawyers? You see why I don't like
Hold
lawyers?
on,
I don't
Grandmaster,
ever
let me
talk
explain now.
true.
Emas, let me
Give me
explain.
a direct answer now.
Grandmaster, let me explain. I've told you that this man has been on trial for years. Let's
He has
let's
not
not
been on
discuss.
trial for years. His trial literally just started.
Try Grandmaster. This man has been arrested.
Mm-mm.
He has been
You are a
arrested
lawyer. You're
for
supposed to know that he
years.
was not
Yeah,
on trial for years.
grandmaster,
No,
grandmaster.
Grandmaster, Grandmaster,
Samuel. See,
He
I
wasn't on
understand.
trial for years. His
I think
trial literally just started.
we get what you
Grandmaster.
are trying to do,
This
but
man has
see,
been in Nigerian detention for years.
Samuel, let me
He has-
ask you this thing, Samuel, does the government have a right to appeal a judgment against itself? Like, does Nigeria government have a right to appeal a
A government that is not
judgment?
favorable to them. Yes, they have a right to do
Wait,
that.
now hold on a second. Let me ask. Does it? I'm asking you. Does it have that right to appeal a judgment it considers not fair to itself? Yes
Yes,
or
it
no?
does. It does,
It
clearly.
does, right? Okay. So if at any point federal government appealed that acquittal of Nnamdi Kanu, don't you think it was still in line within their constitutional rights and responsibilities to do so?
They have the right to
Just
do that.
answer. Does they have,
They
right?
have the right to do that.
Okay.
They have the right to
Okay.
do that.
No problem. Let me ask you another one. Did raising jurisdictional challenges or requesting judges recusal, did that contribute to the delay of Nnamdi Kanu? Because Nnamdi Kanu did all those.
Yes, you have the right. They have the right to do
Okay.
that.
So
They
so
have.
it now questions your position that the federal government has been the one delaying this case. Nnamdi
Yes,
Kanu
I will give you
also
an example.
contributed. So try to
Even
balance it.
Nigerian government has failed. So, my brother, sorry.
Wait
Nigerian
now,
government, there are cases that
Samuel,
Nigerian government have
Samuel,
failed to produce witnesses
Samuel,
sometimes.
wait,
What are we
wait.
talking
It's not
about,
no
my
be
brother?
fight, no be fight.
No,
Why
wahala.
why I ask you these two questions? Why I ask you these two questions? You see me though look like the whole thing was as a result of Nigerian government's failure. You exonerated Nnamdi Kanu in the delay and how this case has dragged so far. And I'm putting it to you back again that blame the Nigerian government and blame Nnamdi Kanu
No,
together.
I did
You
not
understand?
exonerate. I did not exonerate the country. No, I'm not the
Okay.
country. Please, I did not do that. I remember I made a comment. I made a comment that there have been allegations that Nnamdi Kanu himself have brought frivolous motions. Yes, and I said it here clearly that I've handled cases on criminal cases where we know, in fact, it's a typical style in Nigerian court system where you see some frivolous cases where they will bring different motions. So just to, all these motions are to delay the trial. But again, as I said, in those cases, I witnessed cases where the court, on its own, the court will strike out some of these motions. And which I expect if the court on its own can strike out some of these frivolous motions. But again, the Nigerian government has the greater blame on this delay in the process. Because fundamentally, the Nigerian government laid the foundation for the delay of this trial. And if let's even go to the current case at the Federal High Court, we all remember that it was in May 2025. The Federal High Court in that case warned the federal government that if they fail to produce their weaknesses within 6 days, that the case will be struck out as being weak. Yes. And what does that tell you? That tells you one thing, that the Nigerian government, even in the current case as we speak, the Nigerian government have shown a pattern of adjournment by the prosecution who represent the state for lack of what? Readiness to prosecute the case. When you fail, because it's something, a pattern that the prosecution use now. Any lawyer, any baby lawyer will know that in Nigerian court. When the prosecution comes to tell that my witness is not available, my witness is not available. They first of all start that. They fail to present their witnesses on time. And once they say they present their witnesses on time, what does that mean? That delays the trial. So when you start, if you look at the history of this case, right from time, they've been on endless adjournments, even including on Wakan and MNK's part. Yes, but for me, I expect better from the Nigerian government. The first time the Nigerian government had a witness to testify in the case against MNK was, I think it was that was this year, and this matter that has been on for several years. That start at different level. And we all know that even the Nigerian government have they've
Sorry,
been
Samuel,
known.
please. Another question, please. Don't be
Oh
angry, please.
my brother.
My brother, I mean, no vex. You know, say that you be the only legal luminary. I mean, how an talker for this room. I beg. Make I just ask you this question. Now, let's go a little bit back into time, right? You, I know you are very much aware that this case is a continuation of the case that started sometimes in 2015, right?
Yes, wait, yes, very well.
Okay, okay, fine. Now, so this case has drawn along for like so long now, right? So,
10 years, 10 years to be precise.
yes,
10
10
years.
years. But we know that sometimes in 2017, bail was granted to Nnamdi Kanu. True or false?
True now, the man John Bain now.
All right, right. Now, do you think that this case could have been concluded by now, possibly in 2019, 2018, 2020, if Nnamdi Kanu had not violated the conditions of the bail and later jumped bail?
That's
Do you think
impossible.
that this case would have been concluded by now?
It could have been completed. I agree with you absolutely. I agree with you. It could have been completed. You have been factual. And that's a statement of truth.
How then do you now put the entire blame on the federal government
No,
and not on the
I'm
person
not.
who is also
No, my
responsible for
brother,
elongating the
Grandmaster,
trial?
I'm not putting the entire blame on the federal government. What I'm saying is this, my brother. The federal government has a larger part of the blame. Let's face the truth as it is. They have a larger part of the blame. Because if you're not involved in criminal prosecution, that's why you probably involved in criminal prosecution. All this shenanigans, all these excuses the government is giving us, they're not all waters. That's why I say the federal government have a larger part of the blame. I'm not absorbing MNK for his own part. Yes, I'm not a fan of MNK. And I believe that the man should answer to his crimes. And what I mean is crimes, I'm not the one that said it because the Amnesty International made a report that there have been series of crimes committed against humanity in the southeast by state actors and non-state actors. And I believe on the part of non-state actors, they can link MNK to it. And that's why I believe that he has a case to answer. But unfortunately, the state, has failed woefully. Woefully, I mean woefully. MNK have contributed to it, but the state have a
But
great
Samuel, that
of
failure of the
responsibilities.
state didn't start with Nnamdi Kanu. That failure of state has been like that since time immemorial. Agree with me.
My brother, I agree with you
Wait now, you
absolutely.
agree with?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Because
Nnamdi
the
Kanu
government,
should manage it like any other average Nigerian. Manage that case too and pass through that trial. That's what we are saying. We
no,
know
my
we don't have
brother,
to be perfect.
my
So
brother,
people
let's
ask,
hold.
and I wanted to know your position on whether you are part of those people that support he should be freed unconditionally or he should face his day in court and do that so quickly. So
My
I
brother,
mean I
let
think
him face his day in court
I get
and
it
do it
better now.
speedily. A speedy trial.
Okay.
Because for me, what is important to me are the victims. Those have been victims
Excuse
of
me, excuse me. Can I
in the
ask you a
country.
question? Excuse me, let me ask you a question. What part of the Constitution guarantees the speed of a trial? What part of the Constitution guarantees, or what part of our laws says that, oh, you must have a speedy trial within this time frame? What part? Did he say 6 months? Did he say 1 year? Did he say 2 years? Did he say 4 years? And based on what precedent or any of those, should we take what you are saying as, okay, the government has delayed and it has been very slow or sluggish with the trial? Thank you.
My brother. So if I may ask, I don't know if you are a lawyer, but if you are not, if you are a lawyer, then I won't say I'm disappointed. But again, these
I asked a
these are
simple
no,
question.
no. Let's start with
Did you say
hold on,
6 months,
hold on,
1 year?
hold on,
What, you need to
hold on.
answer
Let me
it.
answer my question, please. Don't let me speak, please. You've asked me a question. Let me speak, please. Don't gag me. I don't like it, please. Now, listen. The constitution is very clear that I think that should be probably I can't remember. I think that should be like section 37, 36 or 37. I can't remember of the Nigerian constitution. That should probably be section 36. It says clearly. I can remember. I'm not going to use the exact words. I can't remember the exact words. But it says if you are probably facing a trial, you are probably facing a trial that is a court, you are before a court, that the court within a reasonable time, that the court that you must face your trial and be tried within a reasonable time.
Okay,
And hold
so
on, no, listen,
reasonable
let me
time is
talk,
arbitrary because
please,
it's
let
not
me talk,
specific. Based on
listen,
what you're saying right
let me
now, it
talk,
didn't
don't
give a
shut me down,
specific time
keep quiet,
frame.
let me talk, please, you've asked your question, let me talk, don't interrupt me, please. If you want to talk, then you should have been asking your question. Let me finish my answer, please, I beg
Excuse
in the
me,
name of
you've
God.
insulted me at the
No,
beginning.
Emo,
You're
let me
asking me
talk,
Truth.
questions. You
Can
insulted
you,
me
please, let me
again.
talk.
Truth, you
I
asked him
won't,
a
I won't
question.
come here and be engaging me, I
Hold
won't
on,
do that. Who are
Samuel,
you? Are you kidding
Samuel,
me?
hold on. Let me
That
clear
is like
that.
anything, you come here to be engaging me like this, What like, what's that
Why,
for?
Samuel,
who are you being insulted? Who
No,
has insulted you?
sorry, I had to mute. Emo Truth, please. You asked him a question, and immediately he quoted that section 36. I immediately fact checked him. So 100%, Samuel, you're right on that section 36, right to fair hearing. So explain without Emo Truth interrupting you. Go ahead and Emo Truth, please. Let him answer your question. And yes, he was right with that right to fair hearing, section 36.
No, that was not even the question anyway. Not
Thank you
right
very
to fair
much.
No,
hearing.
he said how much time? How much time? I'm just validating his quoting of that section 36 to mean
Yeah, he quoted
But
the
it doesn't address
constitution,
the
but he didn't
question.
answer the
It
time.
does
I
not
asked
address
you
the question.
what part of the constitution guarantees a time frame. He just said, oh, the constitution is telling him, or based on what he read or what he's trying to remember, that oh, it has to be reasonable. But if the case is a lengthy case, then what do you want to do about it? Are we going to
so
pretend that in Nigeria we don't have
my
cases that
brother,
have dragged on for
in
10
you, a
years?
case has last for 10 years is a reasonable time, Abi. That's how you think. 10 years is a reasonable time for
In
you.
America, there are
No,
cases
are
that
you
drag on
kidding
for
me?
10
You
years.
are,
There
you
are
are
cases
sick.
that drag on for 50
Yeah,
years.
so
So
you
what are
will
you
try your
talking
case for
about?
10 years. It's reasonable time for you.
Even in the
Don't be
West,
stupidly
that is
upset.
it. Yes,
They will,
there's
they will
many
try your,
cases that have
may
gone
they
like
try your
that.
family member for 10 years. May they try your family member for 10 years. Idiot.
I
But
can give you
but
an
we can
American case that dragged on for
hold
May
on
they
20
try
now.
your
years.
family member for 10
no.
years.
Hustling. Allow.
One after a
I
lot of
disagree
people are
that 10 years is still a reasonable time. So Samuel, I agree with you. Even the victims, even the affected people of the southeast believe that this case is dry. For people like us who want to see this guy done and dusted with, he want to see his case and whatever done and dusted
Mr.
with. You
Chen, in
understand?
other
So it's
democracies, there
bro,
are
leave this
instances of
democracy
cases
we're
being
talking
dragged for
about.
10
No,
years.
we decide,
Criminal cases,
bro.
This
murder
man is
cases,
here to
homicide
promulgate
cases dragging
evil
on for 10
against
years.
innocent citizens. That's what he's here to do. And for people like us, we will not
Okay
sign
now, no
into that.
problem, no
That
problem. It's
people in
fine,
10
it's
years,
fine.
10 years is a normal case for you. I'm going to ask you a
can I
question.
say
You are a lawyer. Have you handled a case for a trial for a person
Did I
for
tell
10
you
years?
I'm a lawyer?
No,
Did
I'm
I did I
asking you,
did I imply that I'm a
if
lawyer?
your family member is being tried for 10 years for a case, will you be happy? Are you kidding me? You are coming here to come and tell me that
Whether you
your
are
case will be tried
happy
for
or
10 years.
not
May your family
is
member
not
be
the
tried for 10 years.
substance of
In
of
Jesus'
my
name.
question.
I say
It's
it
not
to
the
you,
substance of my
idiot.
question.
Hold on.
yeah.
Guys, don't be offended. Samuel, you have 2 minutes. Just go ahead. You have 2 minutes. Go
I'm
ahead.
going to hold on my brother. You see, I'm not a fan of MNK. And I've always said everywhere I go, I don't like him for anything. But there's one thing I always stand for. I always stand for the truth and for justice, irrespective of who is involved. Even tomorrow, his grandmaster that is being tried, I will stand for him. Even though we probably might have disagreement on opinions here. As long justice is served, everybody should have his day in court. And that's my own concern. So for me, when people want to come and because of probably you are not from the you don't like the person involved. I don't like MNK myself. But again, will I stand and see when the court is not being reasonable, when the state is not being reasonable? No, because one day it might be against you. This injustice, unfair trial might come against you. They are setting a precedent, and that precedent might be come against anybody here. It might be your family member tomorrow. And they will set a precedent here. They after they try this man for 10 years, that they don't start trial, and you feel it's okay. Let's understand one thing that conscience, if you don't have conscience, your conscience, one day, your conscience will judge you. And whatever you come in, you even speak, if you support evil today against someone because you don't like that person, just know that it will come around to you. When I like it or not, you turn around to you. Even if you don't like the person, speak the truth. The truth sets us free. I'm not a supporter of this man. But again, what I want is that let the due process be followed accordingly. The man has his own fault. The man has delayed this process. Now, I agree. Absolutely. But again, our government has not weighed up issues. If our government wanted to get this matter off for years, they should have placed it off for years. And you know, people that are also accused of terrorism in the north, in the north that have been tried, they didn't even bother to even try those ones. They all get their pardon and they all go. Are you kidding me? And you are here telling me that the government doesn't have are not capable. What? How? Let it make sense to me. There's the ICC report that says that the Nigerian government is capable. It was released in 2019. That capable of the Nigerian government in the north. And what the Nigerian government do about it? To say nothing. And you're telling me that the Nigerian government is not capable. And you're telling me that 10 years is a reasonable time to prosecute a criminal matter. Oh God, my brother, eat the mic. Thank you.
Excuse me, can I counter? Can I counter him, or I should just wait?
Just hold on. I think Beauty, you have something to say.
Yeah, I wanted to ask him a question right quick. What's his name? Mr. Samuel, right? Sorry. Okay, calm down, sir. You said you're an attorney, right? You know something about appeal. I hope you know that Nnamdi Kanu, he's been the one holding his case, not the court. Because every time there is a decision, he appeals it. He kept doing that. We witnessed what happened the last time when there was a judgment of the no case submission. He decided to start with his medical condition situation. And that took time, if not that the court decided not to play along with him this time. Because remember, that's his right. He has the right to appeal, he has the right to request for medical attention. So if not, the court was smart enough this time and said, no, we have to continue with the case. What you are angry about now, we would have witnessed the same thing right now. But they disagreed with him and they said they have to continue with the case. Now, on top of that, you saw what happened now. He came out from nowhere and said he wants all these witnesses and he doesn't even want anybody to be his attorney anymore to represent him. And I don't know if you read what they wrote about him yesterday. He also mentioned that he was requesting for 90 days, that they should give him 90 days so that he will be prepared, he will prepare himself for his trial. So based on all that, you're not going to hold the court that they are the one holding his case that this long. I don't know if you're aware of what I said. I continue, sir.
Okay.
My sister, I'm aware of what you said, and I agree with you absolutely. But again, to be fair, you know what you've said so far does not also negate the facts. The empirical fact I've given to you, how the federal government have laid this case up to date. I agree with you what you said, absolutely. And I said earlier that these all the parties are culpable, including MNK. But for me, the greater chunk of the blame goes to the federal government, which we should all agree that the federal government have a greater blame to this whole delay. That's my position. Thank you.
But at the same time, you will be one of the people or his members who they will be the one to come out and start blaming the court if the court refused. Even with this medical thing, when the court refused, they started blaming them. Oh, you don't want to give him his right. Let him exercise his right. It's his right to seek for medical attention and all that. And you forgot how many attorneys that have represented him. Ejiofor, when Ejiofor left, when they did the discharge and whatever that they did, and they brought the the council, what's his name, the lead one now, Ejimako, they have to start the process all over again. So you have to really look into his case because I have the transcript of that case. You have to look into his case to understand why it seems like his case is delayed. It's not really from the court. It's from Nnamdi Kanu and his
From
team.
2015, if you follow the case from 2015 till date, and I've given you empirical facts to show how the Nigerian government is culpable in this whole scenario. And I think the Nigerian government don't have any excuse. For me, they don't have any excuse. I agree with you absolutely. And I said something. If you followed me, I said the court itself has the power to strike out frivolous motions, frivolous applications. And I'm sure that's what they've done to turn it down because the court has believed that this is a frivolous application. And I believe this court have followed this trend. Yes, I agree with you. Some people will argue with it that no, the man has a fundamental human right. Fundamental right. I say on all the grounds. But the court, remember, the court also have inherent power to feel that if this is a frivolous application, they will struck it out. And for the court, before the court to struck it out, because there may have been probably a precedent, a pattern. And the court will feel that, oh, this will delay this case. And for me, that's what I feel. And I feel that this case can be done within, normally, we've seen cases, criminal cases, that within 2 weeks, the court are done with it. The court can give a lengthy trial, 3 days at the stretch. And yes, 3 days at the stretch, and they done with this thing. So for me, all this, there are no excuses for the government, for the state, not to pursue this matter speedily. There is no excuse at all.
Excuse me, can I respond to this individual? Just a few minutes, if you don't mind. Then you can put me to the listener section. I'm requesting permission from the co-host and host.
Go ahead, sir. Tell
Okay,
go
okay.
ahead.
Beauty, sorry. Individual, I don't know. You mean Samuel or who?
Yes,
Okay,
Samuel,
go
it's
ahead,
submission.
please.
I just want to counter some things.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, with the notion of, oh, you blaming the government for delaying the trial is erroneous at best. If you followed it, and I know Beautiful also has a transcript, and if you are a Nigerian, you don't have to be a legal practitioner, you can access the transcript easily. When you access the transcript, it's clear that the federal government has already put his case forward. It's now left for him to defend. It was Nnamdi Kanu that has refused repeatedly to defend, and we all agree on that. It was just recently, less than 74 hours, that Nnamdi Kanu has now agreed to defend himself. Number one. Number two, you can't also say that the federal government illegally took to took Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, because we see this being practiced all across the world, even from the top countries that we take inspiration from for legal practices. For example, the United States. The United States can go to any other country, repatriate, or even do a hit job on them, and their country sees it as practically legal. If you are arguing against that, then you are going to come here and tell me that the killing of Osama bin Laden was not legal, who is also a terrorist, and the Nigerian government considers Mazen Kanu what a terrorist. So this argument and this what you call it again, playing devil's advocate, is very common practices even with people that within the legal field, and I respect them for for whatever they do. But it's quite funny that a lawyer is coming here to say that, okay, all those things that the court did not strike out is the government also delaying it, because it feels that, oh, those are frivolous. The court, in its own wisdom, which I'm sure they are higher than you, from what you are saying, from what you are saying right now, the courts are clearly higher than you on the legal hierarchy, in legal hierarchy. Clearly, in their own wisdom, they see that, okay, some of the motions that Nnamdi Kanu's legal team are putting forward, they are reasonable and they allow them to fly. he allowed them to go through. So I don't think somebody who is lower on the hierarchy can come out and now say that, oh, what they are doing is wrong. No, if anything, it's just your opinion. It's not based on law. Because if it wasn't based on law, the court itself wouldn't have allowed Nnamdi Kanu to do what he's doing. And if they didn't allow it, someone will come out and say that, why didn't they allow it? It's illegal for the court not to allow it. So another you will come, say, okay, they shouldn't have allowed it. Another person say they should have allowed it. The court have allowed him to do it. The court has allowed him to run the circles he wants to run. And now he's at the end of the day, what happened? He's being forced to defend himself. The court has not arbitrarily just said, okay, you can't do any of these things. You can't have medical treatment or any of those things. DSS provides medical treatment for this man. The facility that DSS has is one of the top best. It's world-class medical facility. If you do not trust me, at least trust the Chinese government, who said by themselves that DSS has world-class medical facilities when they were able to rescue 4 kidnapped Chinese nationals. They confirmed it, and it's the same medical facility that Nnamdi Kanu has access to, and DSS did not turn him down to have access to it. But no, he wanted to travel abroad in a way to maybe escape, because because based on his pattern, he has escaped trial. For him jumping bail. So do you think the Nigerian government will trust him to leave the country again to get medical treatment? No, they will give the best medical treatment that is available within the country, which is reasonable. In other countries, that's the same thing too. Even countries that are not as advanced, they will give you the best medical treatment which is within the availability in their own country, whether it is world class or not world class. But we're actually trying to give brief to Nnamdi Kanu and blame federal government. First of all, you need to be blaming an arm of government. The presidency does not have any hand in this trial. The Senate also does not have any hand in this trial. If anything, yes, I do believe that this case should have been done quickly. Look at what happened with Simon Ekpa. But it means that there are weaknesses within the judicial system and within our laws that allows Nnamdi Kanu, a prescribed, terrorist leader, allegedly, because depending on what the court says, allegedly is a terrorist leader, that, okay, if we have this kind of case happening, then we need to make sure that he doesn't run riot around the legal system in the country. Then that's the thing that, okay, maybe we need to amend our laws or amend our judicial processes so that we can make it more transparent and faster and smoother. But that's not the argument I'm hearing. You're just blaming it on the government, as if the laws don't permit Nnamdi Kanu to do certain things that he's doing, and is now this court is also saying, yes, you can do it, yes, you can appeal it or change the judges. Why are we doing this to ourselves? We need to argue that, okay, our laws needs to be amended so that a future Nnamdi Kanu cannot run riot. And this erroneous argument that, oh, Boko Haram people are not being tried, that is a blatant lie. And I put it to you that you are a liar. Because a simple search would have showed you multiple Boko Haram leaders that have been tried, taken to court, and they are presently locked up. Even there was even cases of a jailbreak, meaning those people too went through court and they were imprisoned. But they repatriated them and put them back in prison. And also, I put it to you that you do not follow this thing when it comes to counterterrorism. I can put it to you that I know more about counterterrorism than you do. Because a lot of the people in Boko Haram, most of the time, they don't get the chance to get to court because they were already bombed or shot or killed in action. The only ones that get tried are the ones that surrender. They do not pardon most Boko Haram members, and you need to show us where they pardoned them. The only ones they try to rehabilitate are the ones that were conscripted and forced to fight. Young children that were not Boko Haram members, that were forced into this life. And if they were taken that way, the international community would have chastised the Nigerian government. And again, you cannot say Amnesty International indicted the Nigerian government, because Amnesty International is not it's not the ICC, it's not a legal body, and they don't have any rights to indict anything. They can only make an allegation. So please, we need to be very careful the way you are framing it, because for me, anybody that is listening to you, it sounds like you're just trying to be on Nnamdi Kanu's side and trying to rubbish the federal government. But the federal government has 3 arms. There are 3 arms of this government. The judiciary, if the judiciary is working based on laws that somebody can take advantage of, then it's us for Nigerian people to say that, okay, let us amend those laws so that politicians, because yes, politicians also use those laws to play games. Look at Yaya Bello and all them things in our political history. They use it. So Nnamdi Kanu is using the same tactics that politicians do face trial do. So let us all as citizens say that, okay, those loopholes, those funny games, they need to stop. and the Senate needs to amend the laws, and the executive needs to sign on those things. But you cannot blame the entire federal government. You can't do that. At least pick one. Pick which arm is responsible for it. And from what I'm hearing, the highest you can say is the two arms. I'm even giving you leeway. I'm giving you some leeway, which is maybe the executive and the judiciary. I'm even giving you leeway. I mostly think it's the judiciary. But you can't blame the Senate. Because when you say federal government, you mean all three. You mean all three, which is not true. The Senate is not delaying anything. Tinubu is also not delaying anything. He hasn't even put his hand on the scales, which he's not supposed to do. The judiciary is supposed to be independent. So you need to ask a question about our judicial system and how we can make reforms, and so that politicians, not just Nnamdi Kanu, politicians, rich aristocrats cannot be playing mago with the laws and have a bunch of overpaid lawyers knowing all these loopholes just to frustrate the system. We have the same tactics happen in America. A lot of rich people do the same thing in New York. So when you come here and say, oh, things are dragging out, what are you saying? This happens a lot in Wall Street all the time. All the time, when companies don't want to pay compensation to injured victims. So when you come here and say that, oh, 10 years is not, no, it doesn't really matter. If the case has not been done to justice, then it's going to keep dragging on, unfortunately. The Constitution does not tell you it must be done in 2 months, 1 week, 3 days. It never said so. And I asked you a simple question. You could not answer that. You couldn't even tell me what time. You just said reasonable. You just said reasonable, which is arbitrary. If it's a very long case with a lot of things that need to be looked at, then so be it. It's going to take some time. It's the truth. And I keep asking you, give me a country that told you within that time frame. The only reason why Sam Onepa was tried quickly is because their own legal system is much better than ours. So we need to advocate for a much better legal system so that people cannot be running circles around us. Simple. That's what we should be saying. Thank you very much. At least now today, I know the kind of lawyers I'll be hiring. And when I hear certain things, I know it's a red flag. And I won't hire them. Thank you. Because you were insulting me here, talking as if I'm a lawyer. I'm not even a lawyer. And look
My
at what the
brother, it's
civilian is
okay.
doing
Nobody
to
can
you.
even hire you because you're a government official, you're a government
Who
sympathizer.
told
So
you I'm
you know,
government? Look at
you're a
everybody,
government
this guy. You
sympathizer.
see,
So
you
it's
see, you
good.
see.
I don't
This
know. I
is
don't
why
want to show
lawyers are
you
perceptive
because it's
people.
obvious.
Lawyers are
You're a government
perceptive.
sympathizer.
You banged that
You're a
I'm a
government
lawyer.
sympathizer. You've spoken as a
You
government
banged that I'm a
sympathizer.
government
So
official.
it's
What am I
Samuel,
so
supposed to
just keep
answer
exactly.
you?
quiet
So
and
it's very
listen to
good.
him because everything
So
you
when
were
you're a
saying here
government,
was lies.
when you're a
No,
government
excuse me.
Everything you
sympathizer.
said here,
10/10. Sorry, I have to mute
Sorry,
them.
beautiful. I'll say
Please,
with this last sentence. This is my last
yes,
sentence,
please. Can
please.
you, Samuel? Can you allow him to conclude, please? Go ahead.
And thank you very much.
Emo, are you there? You can
Yes, I'm
unmute.
here. It was a
Okay,
double
go on.
mute. Thank
Okay,
you very
sorry.
much. I will end with just two sentences. Thank you very much. I think people here have seen how easy it is for somebody to become initiated by just doing a little bit of research so that you don't get boboed by somebody who says the lawyer. There are different skills and levels to this legal thing. Number one. Number two, a lawyer is very perceptive. Is perceptive. By now, you should have known that I'm not a lawyer when I asked you a question, because I deliberately didn't want to ask you a technical legal question for you to assume I'm a lawyer. But you insulted me, and I allowed it. The second one, you now called me a government official. You banged it again. What are you going to call me? APC member, which you obviously bang, or a Tinubu supporter, which you will bang again? Well, you people should go and ask where your lawyer school though. You don't hire anybody just because he says he's a lawyer. You not take everything hook, line, and sinker. Not every lawyer is competent, and not every lawyer knows what the hell they're talking about. And some of them might be sentimental because lawyers can argue the innocence of the devil. Lawyers can argue the innocence of the devil. So you need to be very careful. Grandmaster was right on that part. You came here to come and be boboing us as if we too cannot read. No, allow, it's okay. Thank
Shane,
you.
go
I'll be
ahead.
dropping to listener section.
Okay, I'm going to ask, just give that man I'm not really going to reply to him because for me he's a government sympathizer, so I'm not going to reply to him. But what I'm going to say, for someone, my sister said earlier that she has read the transcript of the case. I'm going to point one part of the transcript for you, which I believe to justify my position that this case has been delivered by the government. I'm going to take my leave. I hope if you read the transcript, I don't know the dates up to the transcript you read. You all dated the transcript you read on the case. But again, if you register, you will know that in May 2025, that that the courts, the federal high court, warned the federal government, the prosecution team, that if they fail to present their witnesses within 6 days, that the case will be struck out as weak. So for me, that pattern of the government failing to present the witnesses, for me, it shows that the government wasn't ready for the case. And the intention for them to keep dragging that case. And if you read the transcript, and the transcript is up to date, that covers as the activities, the court proceedings as of May 2025, you will know that the government has failed consistently because the court was really bittered. And the court felt of the consistency of the federal government to present their witnesses. So for me, that explains all my position that the federal government are in that they are culpable in the delay of this case. And thank you. I need the mic.
Samuel,
I'll take my
No,
leave.
sir.
you
Time,
keep
can I say
referring to
something
federal
to
government
him
a lot.
right quick?
Sorry.
Can
Sorry,
I say
Beauty. Go
something to
ahead.
him right quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Samuel, if you're stating that, what are you going to say if you still go down the transcript? Um, just the other day, after the no case submission, the same court told the defense attorneys that they have 9 days. I think a week. He gave them a week. The same thing he said, the same thing you are referring right now, he said it to them. He's giving them 9 days so that they will close the case. If they don't, they will proceed. So, what are you going to say about that? Because what you're saying is not really what it is. And you know that. You're just trying to twist the whole situation. That was
No,
not what they meant.
are you denying? No, you said, and what I'm saying is not what it is. Are you trying to deny the fact that in your transcript, you did not read the part that the court threatened to strike out the matter if you don't present the witness within 6 days? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but they
Because
said the
if you see
same
that,
thing. If you go through the transcript too, there are other
no,
places where they said the same
let's
thing to
no.
the defense. They said the
No,
same thing to
no,
them.
what you saying? You said that what I'm saying is not what it is. So I need to understand which part are you saying that is not what it is. Is it the part that the court did not make that statement? That's what I want to know. Because when you say
No,
it's not what it
he
is,
made it.
you
He
allow
made the.
some
Okay,
people,
I'm not gonna argue with you, sir.
so that's what I'm saying.
Let me come in here
So
first.
I will take my leave at this point. Thank you guys.
No, don't go
See you
yet.
guys.
Let
I
the
Samuel,
Kenga come
Samuel,
in. Samuel,
Samuel.
hold on a sec. The Kenga,
come
you have the
in.
mic.
Okay, thank you very much. This Simon or Samuel, I want to know: are
So
you
I have to go now, please. I have to go now, please. Thank you. I have to take care of some things, please. I will be back soon. I will have to go now, please. Sorry. I'm so sorry, sir. Thank you.
But you can still
I,
listen. You may not have to respond again, but try to listen. Ikenga,
I
you still have the
thought
mic.
you know why I picked the mic? You see, Nnamdi Kanu's followers, they are gradually transforming into different things. Some of them now are carpenter. If they come to your space, they will tell you, no, I'm into carpentry work. Oh. I'm not a member of IPOV, but another one will come. Oh, I'm a pilot, but I'm not a member of IPOB, but before you know it, another one will come. They will even bear titles like Esquire, see some of them, senior advocate, some of medical doctors all over the place. There are many. And they are full of confusionists. They will confuse you, take you on a ghost chase. You will not have been listening to this man. I want to understand exactly where he's going. The case of Nnamdi Kanu. If Nnamdi Kanu have his way, he will even ask them to adjourn this case till next 5 years. So he will know whether Messiah will come. He's enjoying himself on a one room this thing in DSS, one room self-contained, with his cleaner every day, with the gym and every other thing. He's just enjoying. He don't want to come out because if he dares come out, we will ask him, where is the money we gave you? Those that gave him the one he will use to go and purchase Putin, who asked him, where is the money you told us you are going to use to bring Russia to an Igbo? Where is the America that is coming to rescue us? How about Donald Trump? What about the Israel diplomat? How about the Pyongyang the connection and the China one? How about the Equatorial Guinea one and the other place I may not mention? Nnamdi Kanu knew what will happen if he eventually come out. Even if Nigeria free Nnamdi Kanu to tell him, oh yeah, go back to Afalu Quebec, he will not agree. He will not. The only place Nnamdi Kanu would like to go, be deported to is Kenya, where his in-law asked him to go and buy a laptop, be in one room, get 2-3 women with big back. They will be massaging you according to his in-law. That's the only thing. So anybody that will come up to say, oh, they are delaying it for 10 years. What are you people talking about? Who is delaying who? Is it Nnamdi Kanu? Do you people don't even notice he's taking it? If the case is getting to some level, he will sack all the, or maybe he will just add one drama. All the badge that is defending him will go. Before you know it, he will bring another badge. We will start talking again. Nigeria is defending, Nigeria is delaying, Nigeria. After he will do one drama again, those ones will go. Another badge will come. All these things are just delay tactics of Nnamdi, because even a newly appointed lawyer can even judge this case. The evidence is numerous. The evidence is many. You don't need any, like the evidence speaks for itself about Nnamdi Kanu. I'm not saying it because I'm trying to bring in Nnamdi Kanu that. No, I'm not the lawyer. I'm not the law. I'm not the judge. I'm not the federal government. Nnamdi Kanu, do you people, no right-thinking human being should be talking in defense or being on the side of Nnamdi Kanu at this very moment? What are we talking about? Is it the victims? Do you know how many people that don't have father today because of Nnamdi Kanu? Do you know how many people are orphaned because of Nnamdi Kanu? Do you know how many village people are no longer living there because of Nnamdi? Till date, I'm not talking of what happened, not what is still happening till date. Do you know how many of us cannot walk freely? Do you know how many of us that cannot go to our businesses? Do you know how many of us that if you are working, you have to add more security to protect? How long shall we continue to highlight this? Because of Nnamdi Kanu. And somebody said, don't make, I don't want to say thunder, but may thunder fire anybody who will say make the living Nnamdi Kanu. Or maybe they are delaying. If they like self, it's Nnamdi Kanu who is delaying himself. But if government like let them delay the case of Nnamdi Kanu 50 years, it doesn't matter. He's a condemned person. Condemned. When they say this person is condemned, he's condemned. It doesn't matter how he's treated. If it's during the time they do experiment, they should use him and do one medical experiment and see if it will work. At least. What are we talking about? So, what are you going to tell the family of Chikakone? What are you going to tell some of us who foolishly followed the Nnamdi Kanu, wasted our years for nothing, believing that Nnamdi Kanu, what he told, don't you know that he's supposed to be charged for deceiving us? I thought there's a Biafra that is coming. Planning on how I will get my boot and get my army this thing, then become a soldier. Look at it. Now, if people see us, they are just laughing at us as if we are stupid. IPOB have become insult to Ndibo. Because if you want to talk where other people are talking, they will say you are IPOB. If you are in politics, you want to talk, they will call you IPOB. And people don't see it at a bad enough to Nnamdi Kanu way. I don't want to hear anybody that will come here. You want to sound, no, they are delaying because of injustice. Which injustice? Which injustice? Which delay? Somebody who is asking for 90 days. You don't know that he's enjoying? Do you know how much he's owing? Go and buy transmitter. Ijebru transmitter to Funa Street in Europe. Bunata. Bulie bunye ndi DSS. Send and the DSS is here. Kelu diplomat water. Onye na-elesu ya na first act. Ijekpota kpuye okwu ndị Israel. Welu ife nwanụ nyabia n'onu. I say no diplomat. Let nobody come here, not where I do. Let nobody come try it at all. Come here and say you want defend Nnamdi Kanu, you want to say Nigerian, anything Nigeria like, let them do to him. So by the time they will finish, nobody will ever come up to do this thing. Nnamdi Kanu anywhere in Nigeria. Look at Rafu was leaked today. Nigeria, your state government, a police command invited you. They just invited you. You went and sued them. Instead of you to go and answer the call. And his followers have started. I told you people that Rafu Wazlike is trying to start again. Now his followers are threatening that nobody has the right to invite. Who the hell are you in Nigeria that police command cannot invite you? Who are you? Instead of you to go and answer your call, you go and sue the police that they have to pay you 100 million for inviting you. Imagine the God. Like, what is wrong with these people with this? I've said this, let the federal government of Nigeria criminalize the word Biafra so that this nonsense will stop. Let them criminalize it. He wants to say Biafra. He will say that all this nonsense will stop because we are not using our own like other people. If you say Oduduwa, somebody say I'm against Oduduwa, nobody is going to buy you. But come online, go to TikTok, say I don't want Biafra to come. The next thing you hear, come back to the village now, show us your address now. Why? 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 So we will continue talking every day. Every day, Biafra. 1967-70, how many people? Uwazirike started his own, how many people? The one from Enugu State, how many people died? Simon Eba, how many people died? Nnamdi Kanu, how many people died? And still buying. So, I think, in conclusion, I think this Biafra is deliberate conspiracy against ordinary Ndibo. They will, and the people that I consider the most wicked are those who will always come there. But the way they are treating you people, the way they treat us, it concern you. It concern you. Anyway, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
10,
Thank
10,
you.
do you all want 10, do you all want 3 minutes, 3 seconds updates on the course? Just 3 seconds.
Okay, yeah, from you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, go
Remember
ahead
he,
now.
in
Should
court
be now
today.
you the co-host now.
No,
Go
in
ahead.
court today, he requested for 90 days after he listed the whole witnesses that he wants on his whatever. They said no, that they're not going to give him 90 days to get prepared. So the next thing he did, okay, let me read this right quick. Oh, where is that thing? Hold on, just give me a second. Okay. They said the Federal High Court, Abuja Division, on Thursday overruled the leader of Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, on his argument that the court lacked jurisdiction to try him on alleged terrorism charge. That's the one now he came up with, and they said no. Instead, they adjourned the court for tomorrow. I wanted to update you. Go ahead.
Yeah. This
Sorry, 10/10.
okay.
Sorry, not this Fundum. There's something I actually noticed. Beauty. I noticed that as it stands, it seems the federal government actually wants to get this case, done and dusted and move on with something else, right? Because I'm noticing
Exactly.
that the past couple of they are the ones even like the adjournment is getting, like the date of the adjournment is getting shorter and shorter and shorter, right? Before we used to see adjournments like, okay, adjourn to like maybe next month, 27th, November 25th or something. Now, they are adjourning from 23rd to tomorrow. So I can clearly see that the federal government, maybe probably they are listening and see that, okay, people have been accusing them of being the ones holding back the case. And the federal government wants to, openly show that, see, we are not the ones trying to hold this man back here. We are trying to, reach a conclusion, get this case done and dusted and call it a day. But, one thing I don't understand, I don't understand what the end game for Nnamdi Kanu is, right? Why am I saying this? I don't know if he's thinking that,
Grandmaster,
yeah,
Grandmaster Novus, the privileged time has exhausted. You understand? Now the guy played his
okay,
last
that's
card.
why.
He's exhausted. Now the guy played his last card today. He tried to bring them back to the jurisdiction of the court. The court ruled it out that they have jurisdiction. That has been done and dusted. It's settled by the Supreme Court.
Yeah, he
He
wanted to
put
start
in,
the cycle again.
he was the one defending himself for reading out this filing. I know somebody prepared for him. Then he put in the hospital that the doctors, the MLA, their report was on 13th, by dated 13th, but the judge gave order on the 26th. The judge overruled it, saying that his lawyers was there when the document was submitted. They didn't raise any objection. That is done and dusted with the stand fit to trial, acceptance by his lawyers. They are in perfect order, accepted by the court. Then open your defense. Because initially the judge asked all the lawyers, if you're not a son, when Nnamdi Kanu sacked all of them, dropped all of them, and officially withdrew from the proceedings. The judge asked every other lawyer, if you're not a son in the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu, to leave the court because you don't have any business in his court anymore. Only the son he left. And he did that in mercy on Nnamdi Kanu. One more mercy. So when Nnamdi Kanu was asked, we are not ready for all this, open your defense. Ibazu now rose up. You understand? Because Nnamdi Kanu don't know where to start. He think it's the time to come and start that rubbish with John Bintan Nyako. Ibazu now rose up to say, my judge, I'm standing up as a friend of the court. No longer Nnamdi Kanu lawyer. Asking the judge to please give Nnamdi Kanu another time to think over it if he will bring back a new legal team instead of going to defend himself. That was what the
And
judge
like,
accepted
you're
and gave
actually
them
right.
until tomorrow. The judge
Yes, I'm
accepted it.
actually surprised. Like, who advised him on this move he's making? Because
No,
this
he
is
tried
like,
to make it. This guy is
Grand,
jamboree like before now.
grand. From the IPOB, because China unetiwe. Oh, this is not fair. Na court today, the judge Jokwaria, more the sure, not try represent himself. Or the sure, or any court appointed, whatever. Yes, he knows.
Lawyer or to
Yeah,
know.
the sure.
Nah, yeah, I don't
Because
did it. Yeah.
because here a dangerous thing, I know I call it take. You can go go.
Death sentence matter.
Ha. Gakwanu
A case
Gagwa,
that
because
carry death sentence.
and nobody will listen to him when he starts, tomorrow to cry. I just want to
Biko,
put it out there.
Beauty na Michael. Let him do the dangerous, follow the dangerous path. Oh, yeah, na
No, that is
achwake.
what the lawyer did.
Hey,
Did you listen to Agabi? Agabi, after the court processes his statement, that they wish him luck if he decides to just
I
represent
know
the
what the
court.
funny part is. Even with all these things, shenanigans he's pulling, the court will still protect his right in one way or the other. You
Exactly,
understand?
because it
This,
will be reviewed afterwards. It will be reviewed afterwards.
I called a lawyer who was also present, and the lawyer said that he referenced the act of Nnamdi Kanu as a fatal. It says it's a fatal mistake, and according to the lawyer, he said to me that even as a lawyer, you can't defend yourself. It is legal to say I want to defend myself, but according to him, he said even as a lawyer, you have to get your own lawyer to come and defend you. Another lawyer to get another lawyer. Talk less of Nandi.
it's like a medical, it's like a surgeon. It's like a surgeon is trying to do an operation on himself. That is what it's like.
Exactly. So, according to the lawyer, he said, we are going to experience something that we never, in fact, but you know what they are going to term this thing? Nnamdi Kanu is just looking for opportunity to say that the federal government of Nigeria is marginalizing Ndigbo. You know, they have inserted, they are putting it, oh, Ndigbo is standing trial. Look at what is happening.
My brothers on this platform, everyone, let me tell you, let me give you people an expo. The next line of action of Nnamdi Kanu is for, like the lawyer intervened today, for one of them to intervene that Nnamdi Kanu is not mentally sound to stand trial from all his recent actions. Go and mark it. His insanity will be put to question now. That is the next line of action. Because tomorrow, he's coming up with a new legal team. He may drop one or two, add one or two. He's coming up with a new legal team. 100% tomorrow. He's not going to open defense on his own. And his actions in court tomorrow will introduce sanity status. Mark today. Mark this word. That is what is coming up next.
And Michael, allegedly, do you know it's death sentence awaiting Nnamdi Kanu? Allegedly, it's not like
It is the penal now. It is the penal. It is the penal of his crime.
Nnamdi book is death sentence waiting for him.
It is the penal of his crime.
Let me say this, Michael. Nnamdi Kanu ordered the execution of a trained Nigerian soldier. I want people to get this. We are not talking of road safety. You don't even have right to touch a road safety person. We are not talking of us, a brigade. You don't even have a right. We are not talking of kulikuli seller or even peanut seller. We are talking of trained Nigerian soldier. You ordered their buying, and you have the audacity to come online to say, yes, you gave the order. And do you know the one that paid the soldiers the most? After doing this, you then call them terrorists. You buyed Nigeria army terrorists. You buyed Nigerian police. Not only that you buy them all, you come also, you tag them terrorists. Hey, hi.
Ikenga, look. My issue was him trying to defend himself, but Hakawakwariani were more sweet than what Yawa thinking because only one on attorney. First of all, he had the face with that lack of legal knowledge. And that's why they went to school for that. That lack of knowledge, the rules of evidence, deadlines, and all that. And emotional involvement in on him, I might say the wrong thing.
But beauty,
Okay?
mama, ego na akundela ya ego oguna.
Ego, the ego our problem, that guy. Happen, yeah.
When
Nah, ego our problem, that guy.
ọkwọmụnwa nwe lawyer nọ de Nnamdi ụnụ amara onye Nnamdi Kanu bụ. Nnamdi Kanu bụ like I've never seen this type of Nnamdi is wicked though. Look, let me tell you, I'm very, very close to a barrister Geoffrey. If you are working for Nnamdi, you will end up putting your own money. That's how bad it is. If you are working for Nnamdi, upon all this money, I'm yet to know if Nnamdi Diego because open no company how many companies can you open? Or Bulu Estate, how many can you have? Nnamdi from Nnamdi. If only people can open up, because I don't know why people Nnamdi have dealt with. I can't understand why they can't even say something. I listened to Asali Dokubo saying, oh, if they will leave him so that I say, Asali, you are the one saying this? I say, hey, problem there. I listened to some even pastors, including lawyers that can open up. What people if I had with Nnamdi, but they can't talk. I don't understand it. If you are working for Nnamdi,
My name is Nnamdi I'm one of the lawyers to Nnamdi Kanu. Today being the 23rd of October 2025, Nnamdi Kanu opted to defend himself in open court. Processes had been filed and motions had been moved. So he filed a motion challenging the jurisdiction of the court. And after the motion was moved by himself, according to what we heard, because when he asked that he would defend himself, the judge directed or ordered that all his lawyers who had appeared with him or for him before now should leave the courtroom. So we all left except the senior advocates of Nigeria, who my lord ordered to sit back, and they sat back. So but we left as directed by court, and Nnamdi Kanu, as we later heard, moved the motion which he filed by himself, challenging the jurisdiction of the court. I understand that the court insisted that he has jurisdiction and continued to hear the matter. We also were informed that he raised the issue of his medical certificate of fitness issued by the Nigerian Medical Association. And he drew the attention of the court to the fact that the Nigerian Medical Association issued a certificate of fitness on the 23rd of September 2025, whereas the court made an order for the Nigerian Medical Association to do that report on the 26th. So we noticed that the medical report came long before the order of court was made. And Nnamdi Kanu's position is that that medical report is not the one ordered by the court, and that the medical report is corrupted. But because on the last date before today, when we appeared in court and that medical report was tendered, the lawyers, we didn't object to that medical report. Possibly it's an oversight, I think. And so my lord said that since he had ruled on that medical report, he is fortis official, he can no longer go back to that medical report, and ordered him to go ahead to present his defense. We understand also that Dr. Njenje stood up and intervened as a friend of court and requested my lord to grant Mazi some time to reflect and maybe constitute another team of lawyers that will lead his defense team. So be that as it may, the case is still on. It's adjourned to tomorrow, 24th October 2025. Hopefully we will be around. If the court permits us to come inside, we will come inside, but if not, then we'll just hang around and try to get information as to what transpired. So as of today, Nnamdi Kanu has briefed us as his lawyers for this particular case, not for all cases, but for this particular case. So hopefully by tomorrow, he might have to reconstitute another team. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, yeah. My name is Prince Elias Odemena. I am the convener of the Igbo Union in the Ndukondi Igbo. Please, I want to debunk the stories going around the town because of the protest Sowore, a Yoruba man called. They say that the Igbos abandoned Nnamdi Kanu. That is a false statement. We, the Igbos, we are 100% behind our brother, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
I don't know what you make of this, Mr. Akonde. I mean, 23 witnesses asking for a period of 90 days. Do you think, what do you think we should be expecting from your own estimation?
Well, I think it is clear that Mr. Kanu is not interested in pursuing this case.
Why do you say so?
Oh, clearly because, you know, the behavior and the conduct of himself and his lawyers, you know, after they have said that we want a prompt trial, you know, and you have a judge who is clearly ready to do the right thing, and then this is what you do, you are working hard, you want to represent yourself, you know, that tells me that he's not interested in pursuing the case in court. is interested in a political solution. And that does have a bit of credit, because of course we see some other things that are happening in this country. There are people who have behaved like Kanu, and their cases were settled in a political way. So I guess that is what he's more interested in. And my own argument.
That's speculation.
Yes, actually that's what I believe. Because if you look at the whole, the trajectory of the case, part of the reason why it has taken this long is also because of some of these shenanigans on both sides, on the side of the government prosecuting him and on his own side, changing lawyers back and forth, So I think that we need to explore the political solution, not because I don't believe that Kanu should get his day in court, but clearly this matter is being drawn out, and I think for the sake of our national cohesion, we need to, take another look at solving this matter politically. So if you have lawyers like Kanu Agabi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, respectable lawyer, choosing to also walk out, then it's giving the whole case a very bad impression.
Okay.
So I don't know how government will deal with this, but it's clear to anybody that Kanu is interested in a political solution. They don't want to go forward with this case in court. That's my view.
Well, we'll see how that matter, proceeds in court. I mean, there have been quite a number of developments in recent times. You saw the protest that happened on Monday, and the measures by the government of the day to make sure that it didn't happen close to certain areas of the Federal Capital Territory. The police said they had an injunction, preventing protesters from getting to a particular area. People were very cautious. A lot of small businesses did not open on Monday. Civil servants could barely get to work because roads leading to the headquarters of Federal Civil were cordoned off. So, and some people say, look, this is also on the back of developments we've heard in recent times. It's been spoken in whispers about a coup that never took place. But we know that on October 1, for instance, the ceremonies that were supposed to have attended our independence celebrations didn't happen. A very strong reason wasn't given for it. But then we heard much later that, some people were arrested, some soldiers were arrested in connection with something else. That's what the military authorities tell us. But
imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
Prove that he didn't do it.
Thank you.
Because
So
in the list of his,
and I gave an example.
In the list of his witnesses, there's one he called a forensic expert and a witness that will prove and interpret what exactly his broadcast mean. You understand?
Yes. So there was a constitutional lawyer. He says I read it out earlier, because if you see on the notice of witnesses he gave, please note the word notice. It does not mean that because he has listed everything there, he can get it. First of all, it is just the notice of these are the people he feels. The court can still ask him, how, please don't waste my time, how will these witnesses help you prove this? Now, imagine you put Malami on the stand, or the other constitutional lawyer that he says wrote a book and can give historical perspective on the rights to self-determination. Is he calling that man on the stand for the man to say, yes, when I wrote the book, somewhere in chapter 11, I wrote that Nnamdi Kanu should tell his followers to kill security? Or is the man just going to say, oh, people have a right to self-determination? But in pursuing a valid right of self-determination, must you say people should kill? Does that justify you now taking that message and going to coin it in the way you do? How does it help his case? I don't know if you get. So he's deciding to pick to defend himself.
The lawyers are taking. They are leaving. The lawyers.
But Grandmaster, right quick,
Sorry. Gas pipeline. Two sides of a coin.
Grandmaster, can I right quick? Grandmaster, can I right quick? In a joke, delay. I convicted this man. A lot at stake. Let's start with his citizenship. And him and the Nigeria convicted, how trap go in Nigeria, or go in serve China. So on go according to the UK, the way hashtag, because I went over Simon Eber's thing, and on her convicted, I think the first thing her convicted, it only they got through appeal. Then after appeals, they will now conclude, right? But Ian as you now Simon after spending time here over there that the Nigeria and Choka but here the Nigeria you think it because Simon Savucha sentence here over there based on I think I'm with dual citizenship going or whatever it is, I don't know. But I'm by naturalization and all that based on the citizenship thing and based on him will find it out. How we can revoke his citizenship. And they revoke it, they will send him
Sorry,
back to
let me
Nigeria.
help you with that, Beauty. This is
Uh-huh.
something I'm very much familiar with. So the laws guiding the EU. I'll go and look for the specific one. I'll tell you where it is. It will definitely be revoked. So once you have been charged, for any terror related offenses in Europe, specifically amongst European Union countries,
Being a danger to the public.
yes, you are a danger. They will strip you instantly. In fact, I think they updated the law sometimes around 2012 or 2013. You will be stripped of your citizenship instantly at release if you got your citizenship through naturalization. So the case of Simon Ekpa is already a done deal, right? So his citizenship will be revoked because he got it through naturalization. Now it depends on if he still holds a dual citizenship. If he holds a dual citizenship, then you understand? They will now deliberate if they should return him to Nigeria. If they see that there will be palpable danger to his life if he's returned to Nigeria, or that, let's say, he will go through maybe something like double jeopardy. You understand? For the same offense he's been, he has been sentenced for. They might look for a way to grant him maybe kind of sanctuary, right? Sanctuary or a form of asylum within one of the European Union countries. But whether he's going to lose that citizenship, that is a done deal. He will lose his citizenship under the extant EU laws. That one is a done deal. So I just wanted to just correct.
Okay, thanks.
But that's what you wrote. You said here, my lord, that the defendant has now applied for bail. Now, as I've said earlier, bail is a discretion of the court, taking into consideration all the conditions laid down in Muhammad Abacha v. State. At this stage, I am of the opinion that to make or take a stand on the bail application without first hearing and determine the issue that is glaring in the face, which is the absence of the defendant from the court since 25th of April 2017 until he was produced on the 29th of June. My lord, which was exactly what the Supreme Court did. They said that he did not jump bail. These criminals came to my house to kill me. That's what the Supreme Court said. This is in your own court, my lord. So I cannot understand, my lord, why my trial will be conducted contrary to the Constitution of Nigeria that said I must have free and unfettered access to my counsel. Is here.
That something is going on. Number two, the military itself has said that they are detaining senior officers, including, as we have been told, a brigadier general and others. About 16, some reports say 16, some say 20. Now, that doesn't happen regularly. So, people are entitled to some informed speculation. But what I want to say is that if it is true that there was an attempt to have a coup, then we must comment.
Now, first of all, explain to him what is state of execution. Maybe he doesn't understand it.
So that's what I've tried to take it out. So yes, so a stay of execution is
legal team.
Let me, of course,
Aisha,
let me finish explaining
Aisha,
so
please
that
explain stay of execution for the sake of some
stay of execution. So let me try and break it down. Stay of execution. Yes, to be stay of execution. That is the nature of it, right? So if you get a judgment or a ruling, and there's still a right of appeal to either party, the party that feels aggrieved as to the decision, and in this case, the federal government said, no, we disagree with the Court of Appeal. And based on the necessary rules of court and the necessary laws, we want to exercise our right to appeal to the final court, which is the Supreme Court. Now, what will that person do? The person will have to stay the execution of the Court of Appeal's judgment or ruling pending when there is a determination at the Supreme Court. Now, again, so let me explain it. So if they had gone to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court aligned with the Court of Appeal, then there won't be anything else. The stay of the execution will be lifted, and then that judgment can be executed. But what happened when they went to the Supreme Court, which has higher authority to the Court of Appeal, and the Supreme Court is the final determiner in judicial matter? The Supreme Court disagreed with the Court of Appeal and overturned its ruling / judgment, right?
Aisha,
On
I
that.
agree with you
And
on that.
determine, then why did you ask? Then
Why I'm
determine that,
asking is
look,
because
What is the
how
go
can
essence
the
back
of your
stay
and
of
question, sir?
continue your
execution
trial at the Federal High
from
Court.
October? Sorry,
Sorry,
Aisha, apologies.
let me just say
My
very quickly.
grievance is how can
Just
a
10
stay of
seconds, please.
execution,
Just 10 seconds. Let me make an
the federal
announcement.
government could
10
not
seconds. Let me make an
expedite?
announcement.
Hold on
Calm
now.
down.
The federal
What
government
is
could
the
not
essence of
Can
your
I
expedite
make
good
an
question?
announcement
their
in
I didn't
10
make
stay
a
of
call
seconds?
before.
execution
What is the
to the
essence of your
Supreme
question,
Court,
Tobechuku,
Toby?
just 10
and it took
seconds.
almost
So
more than
I make
1
an
year.
announcement. You can continue. Just a moment. Please, guys, anybody who wants to read what the
Hold on, sir.
European
Let me do
Parliament.
that.
So anybody wants to read what the European Parliament says about, revocation of citizenship for EU member countries? I have pinned it to the jumbotron. It's the PDF document there straight from the EU Parliament. Please take a reader, take a look at it and read it through. You understand what the case of Simon Ekpa may possibly be. Thank you.
Guys, don't get me wrong. I want justice. I want justice for those who have died
Why?
as a
What is
result
the
of this
essence of your
violence.
question?
The
Are the
bone of
Allow
people
him
that
contention,
the
talk
the
people
bone of
now.
that
contention I
Allow
have
him
the
here
people
is
talk.
that died
this.
are they on trial?
Just the bone of contention I have here is this. The federal government is making that man more special than he is actually. They are actually making him more special than he is by holding him there and delaying this matter, especially the
Guys,
last
don't fall for
administration,
what Tobe
and
is saying. So
stoking the
Tobe is an
fire. Hold
ICC
on,
apologist too.
I'm
Don't
not,
fall for all
I'm
this.
not, and I've never been
So
one.
is the federal government is
To be
delaying and
truthful,
delaying and delaying the
Don't
matter?
let me
fall
tell
for
you
it
something.
to
They are
forget
making a
this his
mountain
deep
out of
voice.
a molehill.
Allow him to
Is it
They
the
are
talk
federal
making
now.
a
government
mountain
that
of
Troubling
is
a
you.
molehill.
He
delaying
can
and
They
hardly
delaying
make
and
defend
delaying
you.
and
the
He can
delaying
hardly
the
defend
matter?
you.
how
Allow
can a
him
stay
to
of
talk, please.
execution last for more than 1 year? For more than 1 year, it's not like the prosecutor is a
There is
common
a stay of
man.
execution, then an appeal. The Supreme Court will give a date for its hearing
Bro,
for
listen to me.
determination.
Two wrongs cannot
You,
make
you
a
know, you
right.
know, it's
The
not a
federal
wrong
government
to
is
Betiku.
especially the
I
Stay
last
of execution
explained
administration.
and
that
the
you can
appeal.
If
get
they
a stay
handled
of
this matter right, this
execution
man would have been
pending
convicted a long time
please,
ago, and they would have focused on our young men in the bush.
you just want to
However,
look
they
for
have made him almost like a
Aisha,
martyr.
you can't get him to
an
stop talking.
excuse.
No, you don't know this guy.
I know
Let
Tobe
me
now. I
see
know
something.
Tobe. So you continue.
I'm being unbiased.
Sowore has been arrested by the Nigeria Police Force. And you would ask, why was he arrested? It is very simple. The 13 people that were arrested previously all gave their statements, and there is a constant in all of their statements. Every one of them mentioned that one Omoyele Sowore led them into the restricted area in contravention of the court order. So it would be most unfair to charge some people to court and leave the person that led them to commit that more like their leader, the lead protester who told them and took them into the restricted area. And that's why in the spirit of fair play and to ensure that justice is served, Omoyele Sowore was arrested today, and like the other story, he wouldn't spend time with us, he wouldn't spend up to 24 hours with us. Once we wrap up the charges, he's going to be prosecuted. In fact, if everything goes right, our plan is to ensure that he is prosecuted today, he goes to court today. About the Nnamdi Kanu protest and what's the latest on it, you would remember that 8 people were arrested on Monday in the Transcorp area of Abuja. They were arrested because they contravened the court order that restricted movement within those areas. Despite several warnings to them not to move into the restricted area, they charged headlong into the area, and like we warned 2 days before the protest in our statement that anybody that contravenes the order would be arrested and prosecuted. So like we warned, we actually got them arrested. and 5 others in around the Ministry of Finance also within the restricted area, bringing them to a total of 13. And they were arraigned the very next day. They didn't spend up to 24 hours in our custody. They were arraigned the very next day, and they've been remanded.
That is
Answer
his
the
next
final
question.
I'm not
question, then you
answering
guys can
question
go
again.
ahead,
There's no
Biko.
point.
Yeah, Aisha, thank you very
I
much.
can't, I can't waste my time,
Please,
to be
Aisha, let me just
honest.
ask you
There's
one
no
more
point.
question, Am I correct when I say that the first time that the prosecution closed their case was June 2025? Is there another time that they closed their case and said, okay, defense, go ahead, just like they did in June? Was June their first time?
I don't know.
Yes, it is. It is
Aisha,
the
God
first time.
bless you.
Okay,
Yes.
is
Michael,
their
ama
first
m ihe
time
ihe
from
nwe sika mmiri
2021?
akwụkwa na
From
nkịtị.
2021, the first time they closed their case is
The first
2025.
time, yes. Yes. Yes.
Then una Biaba una see na federal government had drug complicity. They are working
No,
them
what
out
is wrong with
for
that?
us.
The other
They
time,
should close that.
what
They
they
should
were going
convict
through
him
was
and sentence him
technicality.
and be done with that
What
case
they were
and stop
going through is
making
technicalities.
a
Bombo.
mountain out of a molehill.
I want
Then
to
No,
making
what they
him
were
re-echo
going through
like
all
seem
those
like a
Michael,
while to the
messiah.
Supreme
Like
Court was
Michael, Biko,
Lagos.
technicality.
let me re-echo something that Doggy said yesterday on his space.
Oh, well, now you want
If,
collect mic now. Now, why you know just wait or just quickly take your turn?
wait, make
Go,
I just talk this thing.
go
I
with
don't
your
even need to
submission.
collect.
Continue together.
Thank you. I want to re-echo something Doggy said yesterday on his space. Nigerian government, please, if you can delay this case, and I think Ikenga also said it here, if you can keep this case for another 50 years, we'll be very, very
They will
happy.
turn him
We will
into a
support
messiah.
you.
Can't you read the
We
right
thank you.
handwriting on the
We
wall?
will, we
Apologies
will,
for
we will, we will mobilize vote
yeah,
for you.
apologies
Anything
for
you want
cutting
in
in.
this. Are you recording us?
No, I'm not recording.
Are you recording us?
I'm not
Put
recording
off that
him.
phone.
It's me and him.
Put
I'm
that,
recording me and
put
him.
that phone
This is
down.
my younger brother now. What are you upset about?
Please. Put that phone down.
So you said the commissioner of police said you should arrest
Yes,
me?
yes. We are not
Over
arresting
what?
to bring you to the office.
By force?
Is it by force? I'm not holding you.
No, well, you said that. So why you then have? So you didn't bring a letter of invitation now. That's not your business. When did you start telling people how to wear their clothes? Let my car follow me. Is the car here? Yes. Wait. Baba, wait first. No, wait. Let the. You have to take me with my lawyer, so provide an avenue for.
Your lawyer can come and
Yes.
come along.
No, wait. Now. Let him enter first.
Okay. Enter.
Clear the thing now.
Enter inside now, okay?
Where's this person? Oh. Where's your secretary? Where is she now? She's at the back there.
Enter, please.
Can you come? Drive down. How are you now? How far? Even though you know what you are doing is bad, so
I'm not doing anything bad.
no problem. Well, you know we had to stand for you when they oppress you. So if you are standing for oppression, you know the problem.
Just follow us. Anybody that is following us. Please, sir, wait.
My car is coming. You said it's an invitation. Why are you in a hurry?
I don't understand.
Yes.
Only they have the picture.
How are you?
Is this your car?
Yes.
So they will follow us from behind.
Let me give them my stuff.
What's going on? Wait, what did he do?
They said they shouldn't look for the behind that I was able to capture when the police was saying they should drop phone.
Follow them. Yes, follow them.
See, that was how one DSS.
They go.
Oh, now follow them. Don't wait. Just drive behind them.
How the judgment went from High Court to Appeal Court, and then it moved to Supreme Court. And from speaking from a strict
legality view, only the appeal court upheld the rules of our constitution, only the appeal court. And the Supreme Court played some kind of games, but you cannot blame them, right? They, instead of viewing things in strict legality, they viewed it in, kind of jurisdiction, right? So the guy's in front of us. He has there's public interest. Let's try him. So my question to you now is that down the line, over the in the future, what are the consequences of this Supreme Court's ruling? In Because of course you know that lower courts, high courts, appeal courts might cite Supreme Court rulings over time just to prove their case. So what kind of impact or consequences do you think this has for us as a country and on our legal system? Because everyone knows that based on strict legality, which is the the supremacy of the law, the Supreme Court acted, they kind of moved or introduced some sort of illegality toward our judicial system based on that ruling. But you still cannot blame them because national security and public interest sometimes can override so many things, right? So, but it still can linger down the line in our in our legal system because they will be cited, they will be quoted, and some rulings might go because of how they ruled in this case. Do you think this strengthens our legal system in Nigeria as a lawyer?
First of all, I heard no technicality to the question. You didn't specify which of the ruling of the Supreme Court you disagree with. Which rule? Don't wait. Let me finish. Which ruling exactly you're talking about? So this is more or less a an opinion question, right? And I think you already have an opinion. But you see, one appeal is remaining from the Supreme Court, and all lawyers know that appeal is to God. That's all I'll say.
Until God, then let's move the mic. Audrey, you have the mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. I mean, I'm not really going to speak to the legal side of this issue. I'm going to speak more to the managing the conflict and everything that happened in between. It's very hard to deny that the government, in some specific ways, mismanaged this issue from, especially if you begin to look back from that event in between 2020, 2015 and 2017. I feel that we lost a very important opportunity to nip this issue on the bud, to close the issue quickly, and then to destroy every avenue for this issue to become terribly as bad as it is. Because personally, I'm not happy for what the Southeast has become. It's one of my own worst nightmare. In fact, I had to relocate my family from Enugu completely because of the issue of sometimes I'm not there. They will say the receipt at home today. They will say on Tuesday you call and they say that Nnamdi Kanu is going to court, so they will not go to school again. He's going to court again on Wednesday. So I mean, I don't even want to talk about those that have died. I mean, you can't even count the deaths. So I'm not for I don't have any support and sympathy for this situation. But I feel that if the government look at how Finland managed the Simon case, very short time frame, get the issue done, put the guy in jail, quench the matter, then it destroys all the opportunity for those criminal elements who are feeding on this issue to arise, for arms to spread. Because if this issue was nipped on the bud between 2015 and 2017, when it was quite fresh, and there was no move, that invasion which happened in Abia, which people died, between if you read Amnesty report between 2015 and 2017, you will see where the reference about people who were killed. All those things were not necessary, really. You don't need to do all of that. You don't need to create that kind of escalation, because what that has done is the criminals all over the place anchor themselves on this matter. If somebody is killed in the South, just say it's unknown gunmen, Every sort of crime, every sort of kidnapping, organ harvesting, rituals, drugs, they're tied to this movement. But if you had removed that excuse, it would have been easier for the communities to stand up and see this crime. Because, take it or not, there are people in the Southeast who have certain feeling about Biafra. And because of that feeling, it was hard for people to separate pure criminals, because this movement did not come overnight violently. You know, the violent aspect of it began to develop and develop until it got to this point where everything is tied to it. It becomes so complex, kidnapping in the Southeast, ritual killings, everything that happens, you know, you can't tell one crime from another. You can't tell a crime that is run by organized group. All they need to do is to say, it got to a time where almost all the reports you analyze for the Southeast, when we are doing projects for all these UN and other agencies, they will say unknown gunmen. Every kind of crime was unknown gunmen. And that lack of identity to a crime, that lack of face to a crime, makes it even complex to fight. So from the point of managing a case, I would rather that if a government finds anything at all, because you need to cast your mind back to how Southeast used to be before 2015, you would understand the scale of the damage that has happened. You are not, I mean, I know when, even if I'm walking outside, whether it's in this country or anywhere else, I'm always looking forward to going to Enugu. I'm from Ebonyi, but I have a particular love for Enugu. And when you get to that Enugu Independence Layout, then even if it is 2 a.m., you can walk around. Anybody that knows all those agri-bank areas, you can freely move around Okpara Square. People can come out as early as 5-4 to jog. It was that serene. But I tell you, my friend who relocated from US to Enugu, he was saying about how he narrowly escaped being kidnapped inside Okpara Square. This Okpara Square I'm talking about is just a stone throw from the governor's office. Now, this should tell you that if insecurity has gotten to GRA to Independence Layout in Enugu, then there is nowhere that is safe. I don't want to speak about the people who are dying on their way to Ogu, on their way to Oduma and different parts of the East. My feeling is that just as I do, even in my personal capacity, if I find anything in my family as a father, and I read that this issue, our people see that, like I will say it in Igbo, you know, omenana, for omenana. There is certain kind of leeway. If you don't show certain kind of brutality, I mean precision in dealing with certain kind of stuff, they develop multiple layers. And I think this is what has happened. I have no problem with if it's just for eternity. That's not even I wish this happens quick. But above all, I wish that there is a measure to begin to restore Southeast to what it used to be. We can't put in number what people have lost in businesses for all the days they have not been there and the days they have been forced to close too early, or the students who have lost many days. In fact, there was a year where I think it was mathematics that people in the Southeast, students in Southeast could not write. It was a core subject in WAEC, and they said there was a seat at home. To the point that when we went for one PTA for our last born, we were contemplating whether we should, because they have taken Monday completely, whether we should make Saturday a school day, so that we will now know that Sunday and Monday are holidays. Then Tuesday to Saturday becomes a school day. So from that perspective, I think the government should have dealt with this, destroy every trace of this, and if you want to handle a case as a government, it's you that have all the state machineries. Look at when I handled Hush Puppy's case. I did the analysis when I was doing a project for CNN. That case file, when you pick it, even if you are Hush Puppy, my brother, it was so detailed, it was so careful. Everything from text message to your voice recording to you, every detail of it was, there's nothing you could have, it's just like a book on the life of that criminal. That was how the government should have approached this case, with all those broadcast messages, with all those threats, with all those commands everywhere. Document it, come with a heavy book to the court. Settle this case within a couple of months. Make sure that the entire region is not destabilized, so that we will not be talking about sending security vote to the northeast. We will not be talking about sending security vote to the southeast. Most of the money the country has lost fighting insecurity and the lives and the businesses could have gone into much more important developmental things that would benefit everybody. But we are here talking about this 10 years later. It's not always a good thing. History has always shown that this sort of issue, don't allow it to linger. As soon as it comes, destroy it, do it the right way, do it precisely as a government, move on to more serious governance issues. I'll yield.
I have a question for him. Can I ask?
Please do.
Oji, If federal governments, in their wisdom, through the instrumentality of law, tried Nnamdi without allowing him put up his defense, what would you have said? In all sincerity.
The question here is not about him not putting up defense. You can have cases that are expedited very quickly for this for the best interest of the state. The case
How do
of can I
you
respond?
expedite? Okay, oh yeah.
When you say fast tracking a case, it does not mean you have to bypass legality. That's not the point. I'm not saying you should not have a defense. But let me ask you, did you, if you have some time, Google the document on Hush Puppy, you will see that this is not a question of, it's your book, it's the criminal reading his life. And I want to say another important thing, which is a lesson we did not learn from Boko Haram.
Wait, now you've answered my question. Let me ask the follow-up question before you now say the important thing. Now, according to you, they should have given him his life in a book. Now, how do you give him his life in a book without allowing him defend that life that you presented to him in a book?
No, again, you're not getting the point. If a case process is fast, it does not mean that it is illegal at the same time. I'm saying that, judging from previous cases, I gave you an example of Hush Puppy's case. That case did not take long.
Give me an example of a case in Nigeria.
Simon,
Give me an example of Hush Puppy.
The Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015 applicable to federal
Tobe,
offenses
I did not ask you
like
this
that of
question.
Kanu.
I did not ask you this
Can I
question.
ask you?
Emphasizes
Can I
speedy
answer?
trial,
I did not
section
ask you this
293
question. Make
No,
sure,
I'm coming.
requires trials to
I'm not
proceed
talking to
day
you.
to day
You are an
where
IPOB
possible,
apologist. You
and
don't have
section
sense normally. So
396
I did
subsection
not
4
ask you
limits
questions.
adjournment
Shut up
to
your mouth.
ensure
Close that
timely
gutter. You come out.
justice.
You are an idiot. I
So
don't
the
talk to
federal
idiots.
government itself.
You are.
Sorry, I don't even know who is speaking. I'm sorry, I don't know who is interjecting. Please go on.
Guys, I think we are throwing insults around, and that's not proper.
Yeah,
I've actually been away. My co-host, they sleep too. Beauty that they sleep.
No, let me know when you want me to moderate. I didn't want
Yeah,
to take
I
over
was
from
even
him.
sleeping. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I will not
Okay,
respond to
please.
insults. You can
Tobe,
insults me
let
as
him
much
finish,
as you
please.
want. But when someone
He will not
degenerates to
stop. That's
insult,
the way he
you
behaves.
then
He
know
wants to
that the
bully
person has
people.
no
Look at this
case and
monkey.
no.
Tobe, please now. Please have mercy. Wait, let him finish. Please don't interrupt him. Go ahead.
I'm saying that legal, I'm not for anybody doing anything illegal. In fact, it's part of why the amnesty report, if you make reference to it, the report that they talked about, the crackdown on the group between 2015 to 2017, you could see that most of it from the human rights side, they blame the government, including how the houses were invaded, how people were killed and all of that. So from that perspective, what I'm saying is, if you take, just comparing two cases, look at Finland's handling of Simon Ekpa. Is similar criminal profile. This guy took over from Nnamdi Kanu. It didn't take a lot of time. It didn't take ages. It didn't take years. And I'm telling you that a serious country should not invest so much time and resources on this issue, which is very provable. Because the crime that Nnamdi Kanu commit is not like something you need maybe a team of 1 million DSS people to go and be digging up. The evidences are everywhere. The utterances were made on. I have listened a couple of times to radio, and I can't bear to listen for a long time because it insults my intelligence, really. And on the basis of all of that and all the threat to the state and everything in between, you come to your case, you nip the matter in the bud. There was no need to even go for that invasion in 20. All those crackdowns was not necessary between 2015 to 2017. It was not necessary. You are the state, you are the power, you have all the authority and the instrument. Do it as a state. It's the same thing that happened with Muhammad. When you mismanage these kind of cases, you cannot control the layers that come out of it. Today, when people complain about Boko Haram, they complain because there was a point where the case was far more manageable. The government was far more in control of what the outcome could have been. I'm not talking about this government because this case did not begin. I'm talking about the government before them. Because this government has inherited a very complex, and they are doing their best to get issues going. So this is my point.
So,
From
Audrey,
that
I have a
point of
question
view,
for you. Sorry. So,
again,
what you are in essence saying is that, yeah. So, in what you are saying is in essence that
Hustling,
sorry,
or Queen
just
bad. I've been your space
can
in
I
a
ask
very
a
cordial manner.
question to be?
In
Can
a
I
very
ask Audrey a
cordial manner, man,
question?
I beg
Now,
you.
co-host, we're gonna
When
do
you
now.
see your
Wait till
friends
be all this
talk to me,
nonsense now. Can I
I say
ask a
me, I
question?
respected
Can I ask a question? What's the happen for here
wait
now?
now.
Let me ask Audrey a
Him
question,
and I
please.
hear Bruce space, I would have closed
Can
the
I
room.
ask Audrey a question? I'll be literally quiet here. Can I ask a question?
Him and I hear Bruce space, ma asking you go give me
Can I
go
ask
casting.
Audrey a
Na
Hustling,
so
question
na
for
on
God's
one
sake?
power.
pan.
Can I ask Audrey a question? He literally just spoke. Let me ask him a question. What's the problem? Jesus. Audrey, what I'm asking you is this. So are you now saying
Let's be
that,
guided. Let's be in a civil manner.
hey,
I beg
Jesus
me
Christ,
pass
Toby
you see this talk.
Okilikwane, can you
Let's
allow
be
people to ask questions and talk? Can you all?
Nah, to be it must be more this thing. Guy, calm down now.
Nah, I don't understand this
Which
thing
kind of pattern?
now.
They
Go
must
and
hold
go
you in
ahead.
psychiatric
Oji,
hospital.
sorry. So the question I wanted to
Go
ask you,
and go
Oji.
ahead.
So are you now saying in essence that the federal government should have violated all his rights to appeal, all his rights to, ask judges to recuse themselves from the case because they want to expedite his trial? So in essence, they should deny him these rights. Wouldn't you come out tomorrow to say that the federal government did not allow him to determine, how the case should have gone on his own path, right? So to say. So my question is this: what is your take on this? Because what you are saying is that the federal government should have, simply just, expedited the case, made everything go very swiftly, so that Nnamdi Kanu, you understand, wouldn't have stayed so long in DSS detention. But you completely, overlook the fact that Nnamdi Kanu himself helped to stall his case by, continuously, you know, calling for appeal every now and then, or asking for one or two persons to be recused and stuff like that. So, what would you say to that particular part of my question? Thank you.
did you listen to my submission carefully?
I listened to your
Because
submission, but
you're
the crux
making
of
up,
your submission is that you
no,
kept
you're
saying
making
that
up
the federal
views.
government kept him there. The federal government should have done this. The federal government should have done that. What then is the responsibility of Nnamdi Kanu? What does he not have any responsibility on his own part to ensure that the case was expedited?
That's why I asked you. I mean, I don't discuss issue with bias, please. I speak to the. I don't have. That's why I asked you. Did you listen to my view? Because if you're able, all the things I said, if you draw that I'm recusing or I'm defending or I'm trying to protect Nnamdi Kanu from blame, I mean, it doesn't show that you listen to me, because I said clearly if he's going to be jailed for eternity. I even spent time lamenting on how this has affected me and my family personally. I am not for it. But my other big, that's why I said originally, I'm not for the legal argument. I'm speaking from conflict management perspective.
No, but
That
what
if,
we are discussing here is majorly the legal aspect of this entire thing,
yeah, I
right?
mean, it's intertwined. It's all part of it.
No,
You can,
your grievance when you came up here is that the case has lingered on for too long. You cannot make an argument that the case has lingered on for too long without factoring in every single thing that has happened along the line. And one of the things
yeah,
that has happened is that Nnamdi Kanu was also deliberate in ensuring that the case was stalled every now and then. When you come and you say that the case has lingered on for so long, you are literally just blaming the federal government as if the federal government is solely responsible for making the case take this long.
okay. Okay, can I
What then is
speak
the
now?
responsibility
I
of Nnamdi
understand your
Kanu?
point. Can I respond to it?
Yeah.
You're not representing my view. I cited to you, let me give you a small example. Did you read the amnesty report on the crackdown on the IPO protesters between 2015 and 2017? What does that report say?
That has nothing to do with the legal case that we are talking
No,
about
I'm
No,
here.
no,
coming.
no, 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 no. Grandmaster tell him yes. The military killed them. Okay, what next?
Now, are you aware of the invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's house and the
Oh
case that
Yes,
yes,
happened there?
yes,
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 we are
yes.
aware. Yes.
Now, I am saying that in handling such a case, all of those processes are not necessary.
Okay. And
Because
What processes are not necessary?
no
see,
cracking down on terror,
Oh, sorry,
cracking down on
Michael. I'm
violent
good here.
groups
Let
is
me.
not necessary.
I want to engage him here,
Yeah.
please. Can you explain what is not necessary?
sir, before 20, I have no sympathy for all the crimes committed or criminal being cracked down, but you need, before 2015, I want you to give me one instance, just one instance of an IPOB linked crime.
Okay, sorry.
Like,
Okay,
like
let me answer
no,
you.
I want you to
Michael, please,
explain.
let me
No,
have
no,
this.
just one
Michael, I
instant.
beg now, I beg. Make I take this one, I beg. No, leave this food for me, I
You
beg.
guys just the
Yeah,
bobo
Oji, please
say
ask
I
the
know they
question, I
make case
beg.
for IPOB. Guy, you're making
No, Oji, I finish your
I'm not
question,
making it
sorry.
because he's trying to make it look as if I'm saying that this issue could have. Are you saying that? See, bro, the point
Okay,
I'm
Omo, I
making is
listened
Oji,
to
can I
you
ask you a
clearly.
question?
You were very
Oji, can I
sound,
ask you a
yes.
and I
question?
understood you.
Tobe Cheluno now. I'm having a discussion with someone. What's all this nonsense now?
Michael or no
I'm
Michael,
literally having a
give Michael
discussion with
speak
somebody. Can
grandmaster.
I
Michael,
finish the
give
discussion I'm
Michael
having with
speak.
this guy?
Nah,
You keep interrupting, and you
give
know say your
Michael
voice deep.
interrupt you. Stop making
Let
it.
me finish.
Tobe, Biko, I don't want to remove you. Please, please let them finish. Please, I'm begging you, my brother. I'm begging you. Go ahead, Grant. Unmute.
Okay, thank you very much, Oji. Okay, so are you aware that at a point in time, Nnamdi Kanu was granted bail? Are you aware?
I'm fully aware of
In
that.
2017. Can you tell me what at least one, one condition that was included in that bill? At least one that you know.
That's why I say I'm not speaking to
Uh-uh.
the legal.
I'm asking you just a simple question. Do you know any condition? I'm trying to establish something. Do you know any of the conditions that were included in that bill?
No, let me know the conditions.
Do you or you don't know?
No, I don't.
Thank
Let me
you.
know the
I asked you for one, right? Now,
conditions.
one of the condition is that Nnamdi Kanu should never be found in a gathering of more than 10 people. Another of the
Okay.
condition is that Nnamdi Kanu, under no circumstance, must leave Abuja and go elsewhere. He must be in Abuja as one of the conditions of his bail, right?
Okay.
Another thing in that condition of his bail, is that Nnamdi Kanu must not hold any rallies. Now,
Yes,
tell
I'm
me,
aware of
Oji, what happened between February 2017 that Nnamdi Kanu, you understand, was granted bail, and the time the military came to his house in Afari Beku? Can you give me just a quick synopsis of what you think happened between then?
I want to ask you. I want to ask
No,
you
you
one
haven't
question.
answered my own. When you answer my own, you
No,
can ask me.
between those periods, the
Yes.
government, I've seen some of the cases where the government make is that the bail conditions were violated. But I want to ask you one question. So so that's why I say I'm not here to defend that, but I want to.
So
It's
what
not
was one of the things that he violated in that bail condition?
the government just said the bail conditions were violated. So
But
I
do
don't.
you
I
know of
cannot
anything he
make a case for
violated in
them.
that bail condition specifically?
It could be many. I don't know, but
Okay,
that's what the
now let me
government
remind
said.
you of one, right? Let me remind you
Okay.
of one. When Nnamdi Kanu was granted bail and he moved to the southeast, are you aware that Nnamdi Kanu was on record threatening the sitting president then and threatening the then president Obasanjo? Like a direct threat while he was on bail. Are you aware of that?
This is the normal thing that man do.
Mm-mm.
Even before the bail and after, I'm aware of all of this thing. So,
Yes,
and
but
it's
I'm
not
talking
So
about
what
only
threats
is
to
your
people
life
were
argument
on.
to
then?
a
What is
former
your
Yes.
argument?
president and a sitting president. Are you
Grandmaster,
aware
what
of
I
is
that?
want you to.
what is
How
the
does
basis of this argument?
that discredit
So he
my
got to
point of view? That's
Nnamdi
what I
Kanu's
want you to
turn.
land.
He got to Nnamdi Kanu's turn. It became the normal thing Nnamdi Kanu would do. The normal thing.
It became
See
the
what
normal.
you're
So
saying?
threatening people to kill people and wipe
It
people away
became the
became a
normal
normal
Can I
thing.
thing.
ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I accept completely. Nnamdi Kanu is at fault. If they see, I'm not here to defend Nnamdi Kanu. I'm actually speaking
Ask
more
your
in terms of
question.
managing cases. See, Oga, please, if you are going to discuss, you have to show me some. I'm not here to bully you. Don't bully me, please.
Don't be me
If
to
you don't
bully
want to
you,
speak, I leave
not
this.
me.
No,
Oh.
I'm not. No, I'm not somebody you would do that for, please. I
I
have a
didn't
lot
say
of
anything
respect
to
for
you
you.
now.
No, please don't cut
No,
me.
no, no.
I
It's
have
Michael.
respect
It's
for you and I
Michael.
speak to you
It's
with
not
I did not
respect.
you.
say
So if
anything
I'm
to you. Why are
no,
you talking about bullying? Did I bully
don't cut
you?
me. Don't
Yeah,
cut
the
me.
guy wants to discharge.
What
Don't
is
Oh,
he
cut
Michael,
me.
saying
then
No,
bullying?
hold
Did
no,
I
on.
no.
just
That
you
they
said
are
you
just
want to
of,
ask me
Grandmaster,
a
of,
question?
Michael,
I
give
said
of
me
go
a
ahead. Why are
harassing.
you
second.
talking
Don't cut
about
Michael,
me.
bullying?
mute, Ben.
How did
You
I
asked
bully
the
you?
question and
No,
answered.
Michael,
I
no,
want
no,
to
come
talk.
on,
You
You
brother.
say you
asked
want
the
to
question.
ask me a question.
Don't
I
do
said
that.
go ahead, and I
All
muted
this
my
was
mic.
It's either
not
you
from Dom. It was
allow me
Michael
to
that
talk.
But
interrupted
why
you.
are
Go
you talking
ahead.
If I
about
want to
bullying? I
talk,
literally
if
muted
it's
my
a,
mic. Why are you talking
So
about
she did
bullying?
the Amusu, don't you go- the
Grandmaster,
Amusu.
he's
In that
misunderstanding
time we are the
Michael.
Amusu.
Gone and referred.
see, sir, I want to ask you, I asked you one question which you have now. As I said, before 2015, how many killings happened in the rallies that were organized in the name of IPOB?
Before 2015.
Yes, just give me one. I mean, one single incident of violence
That
that
is
are
not
linked to them.
that is not the crux of the discussion here.
No, and I think I want you to
150,
That is
answer
definitely
case
not the crux of
by
the
case.
discussion here. I
Answer
don't know
So
me.
what relevance that has to this
Grant,
discussion.
follow him up. Say 150
Follow me. So
according
what?
to
How many? Cite
Transparency
one
International.
example. Just give me one example. I'm
150
not
at
asking
Aba.
for two. One example.
150 at Aba.
When?
2016, before 2016
Una
now.
I
Michael,
said
you there get
before
mad auntie.
2015.
Get
Answer.
Eh?
Michael, get no mad auntie. Mute your mic. Get
Before
FM mad join.
2015. That's what I'm
Here
saying.
now I say
He asked
150
you a different question. You're answering a
according to the
different
report.
question. He asked you how many crimes were committed.
See, let me just say
I
this and
said,
I'll mute
how
my
many
mic.
violent
Eh?
killings happened
Sorry,
in the
sorry,
name of
Aji,
the
my
state
brother. Let me
before
say
Who is
this and I'll
doing the
mute my
2015?
killing?
mic.
Who will do
Aji,
the
please
killing this
let me
time?
just say this and I'll mute my mic. Yeah, you guys can continue. Let me just say this. Aji, let me tell you the simple truth, and the gospel truth. You see all this sympathy you guys are looking for, from Nnamdi Kanu, I will not be the person that will give that sympathy.
I don't care.
That wait, let me finish.
I
Let
don't
me
even
finish.
know
I
you.
don't
I don't
wait.
know
Let
you.
me
So I
finish.
don't care about your
Wait,
sympathy.
let
So
me
you can
finish.
have your view. I don't care. I mean, it's ridiculous for you to think. I don't. How do I even seek sympathy for somebody I don't know? No, I don't want you to make this an emotional. I have asked you a question.
Hold on.
No, he
Hold
shouldn't be
on,
saying, I'm
please.
not looking for
No,
sympathy
no,
for, I
no,
don't
no.
even know him.
Okay, it's okay now. Let him land. Grant, once you finish, I have to move the mic, please. Go ahead.
Thank you. Just 15 seconds. 15 seconds are enough. So what I'm saying is, and I'm being very
Yeah.
serious right now because we've had our little, back and forth rigmarole rolling, which I know where you are coming from. You're not gonna deceive anybody. But you see the sympathy that many people keep looking for, that we should think we should give Nnamdi Kanu. You will not find that sympathy living in me. Zero empathy for him. If you truly believe in justice, I will urge you to start campaigning for justice for those that were killed by the IPOB insurgency. Those that their lives and their businesses were destroyed. You literally said here in this room that you had to relocate, right? You will not find that sympathy until we are sincere and tell ourselves the truth that there has been no single positive thing you can point out to today and say this is what Nnamdi Kanu's agitation brought to Ali Igbo. Not one.
I agree.
Not
100%.
one. Then we can start being truthful. So all I will say is, please let the courts do what it needs to do. Nobody
Okay.
can bully the courts. Nobody can insult their way out of the courts. Nobody can threaten their way out of the courts. The court will conclude this trial, no matter what anybody does. And I think you guys are not doing him any good if you continue to put him in the crossfire you guys do. Let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sit through the trial. At the end of the day, if the federal government fails to prove their case, fine, he can go scot-free. I will call it a failure of the government. If the federal government convinces him, to hell with him, his life is not better than the life of those that his insurgency, thousands killed in the southeast. And I think this is the perspective that you, as a rational person, should be coming from, not all this
Sorry.
silly empathy we are trying to give him on social media.
Can
Thank
I
you very
round off
much.
my thought too? Can I round off my thought in a few seconds too?
Okay, don't go over a few seconds,
No,
please.
I'm
Go
sorry that,
ahead.
yeah, I'm really sorry. This last speaker, you're wasting a lot of your energy and emotions because the things that are my views about this you don't represent it. All the things you're saying is not my view. And I said already from my introduction where I stand. From the crisis management point of view, things could have been done differently. Completely feel free to disagree. It doesn't make any difference. But do not come to spaces and call people names because they hold views that are different from yours on specific matters.
I never
In
called
the
you
things we
names. I never
agree.
called you names. I even
No,
called
you
a very
said
friend to you as
IPOB
my
Let
brother.
him
sympathizer.
finish and close down.
When you call
The
me
second is
IPOB
over. Let him
sympathizer,
leave.
that's already
We are
name
all here.
calling because you don't even know me. I don't have links to them. You call me IPOB sympathizer. You say I make a case for Nnamdi Kanu, but I'm saying different views doesn't necessarily mean we make cases for any. I'm never going to support that kind of stuff. Not in my life, not in the next one. So if it's difficult for you to understand where I'm coming from, I will leave it at this, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. I don't know between Kadi and Oda. I don't know who is
Excuse
first,
me,
but let
beauty.
me go to Kadi.
Beauty, excuse me, on my screen. We have Kaikodi FM Udegbe, Tobechukwu and Ochuko. Hey, man, this four. Okay, on Central Defense, we are here
How
for
about
you.
now with the IPOB? I don't know any IPOB. I've
Okay,
not had
Kadi,
IPOB.
go
Stop
ahead.
mentioning me with IPOB because
Yeah, thank you very well, very much. Thank you, everyone. I just want to, because yeah, we need to actually
We
stand up
cannot
and
hear you
speak
very
about
well,
this case.
Kadiko. Please, I think you should remove your headsets. You are not very audible.
Okay, I'm doing that.
Yeah, you can now.
Yeah, much better.
Can you hear me better now?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I
Go
just
ahead.
yes, yes. So I think we need to go back to when this man.
Nnamdi Kanu case started. And everybody will agree with me that yes, we have right to agitate. Okay, we have right to agitate. We have right to tell federal government that look, what you're doing is not
He's not
well.
edible enough.
I
Oh.
can't hear. I can't hear him. It's not clear. Caddy, your line is not
How
clear. Please.
is
I don't know if it's your internet.
requesting for
Caddy.
he even met
Oh Lord.
Southeastern government.
Can you all hear him well?
Okay,
Beauty.
where
He's not
No,
clear.
no, I don't hear
Internet
him.
in America because HM ma be
we
America.
can do this as one
Hey.
of the fire station. And
Oh yeah, they use the
they did
Trump
not even
internet.
show time. What he requested for was not even for his person,
No, move the mic. Move the mic.
benefit.
We cannot understand this thing now. Why are we wasting our time? We don't hear him. Move the mic.
Okay, let me go to Udebe. Go ahead. I hope I said it right. Yeah, Udebe. So go ahead. Okay. Udebe, are you there? I don't think he's there. So let me go to Chijoke. Chijoke, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, I don't really have a submission. I just had a few questions for the people who seem to be legal experts on this thing. So, just for my own understanding as to why things are going the way they are. So, my first question was to do with this Supreme Court ruling, because my understanding was Supreme Court is the final step in a case. So, if the Supreme Court overturned the appeal court's ruling, why didn't they at the same time also establish the federal court's ruling at the same time? Why did they have to restart the case since they had the final bus stop of the judicial process? So that was my first question. The second one was to do with statute of limitation for cases in Nigeria. A case like this has been going on for, is it 3 years now? 4 years. Is there any statutes of limitation for cases in Nigeria that would basically land this case to a point where it's basically discharged without any ruling? That's my second question. And then the third question.
Can we answer you on the second, only on these two first? Don't
Okay, yeah,
make it
go on. Yeah,
ambiguous.
go on. Yeah.
Okay, first and foremost, the statute of limitation. In cases of terrorism, murder, rape, there is no status of limitation on it. You can be charged and tried at any time. No statute of limitation on it. Nnamdi Kanu is answering terrorism charges. So there's no statute of limitation on it. Then secondly, why, what is it called? The Supreme Court didn't make a decision on the decision of the, what court? The High Court.
Yeah,
Remember,
federal.
the High Court decision was challenged at the appeal court, which is a superior court. That decision was what was challenged at the Supreme Court, which is a superior court, that has made a final decision.
Can I take this, Michael, please?
Okay.
Okay. So your question is why wasn't the entire thing, done away with at the Supreme Court, right? Bear in mind that there are processes in a criminal trial. What was challenged was a particular process, right? The entire case had not been heard on the merits. So it was just a particular application interlocutory application that was made, a particular thing. So in this case, what he challenged was his rendition, if I believe. And then that was what went on appeal, and that was what went to the Supreme Court. Now, when the case is concluded and judgment has been delivered, so any party to a case not satisfied when the court makes a ruling in any of the interlocutory matters, it could be bail, and I know he went on appeal for bail as well. He's done several appeals, different applications at different times to Superior Court. But why the Supreme Court will not give you a conclusive judgment on any appeal is because the case hasn't been concluded. If, however, now that he's been called upon, prosecution has closed this case, defense has been asked to start, parties will now file written addresses, adopt same, and a judgment is delivered. And for example, the ruling on the jurisdiction, which the judge said he would defer to read along with his judgment, that can now be taken on appeal up to Supreme Court. I don't know if that's clear.
Yeah, that's clear. That's clear.
Okay, are you done?
My last question was a question about jurisdiction, and I'm asking this with relation to Simon Ekpa's case, because there was a talk that he would be renditioned back to Nigeria when he was arrested initially, based on which nationality, da. So, does any country have a higher jurisdiction in a case like this?
I think we've talked about that, but go ahead, Aisha. Do you want to answer him?
I'm not too clear on the question. Are you asking if Finland has a superior
No,
jurisdiction to Nigerian courts? Or
UK
what?
in this case, yeah, UK.
Okay, but I thought you were asking regarding. Okay, so please can you rephrase the question? So let me try and get it.
No, I'm just asking.
Chidioka, are you there? We can't hear you.
Or did someone else get the question? I didn't really understand the question.
No, I didn't either. Chidioka, are you there? Okay, let me go back to Kadi. Kadi, cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, Nigerians have right to protest, have right to agitate, okay, peacefully, okay, to request for one or two things to be done by the government. And self-determination is not a terrorist act, okay? It's not against the law. And which is what Nnamdi Kanu was doing, okay? He was going about his business on the street, protesting, requesting for the Southeast, you know, to be allowed to stand on its own as a country, okay? And which is his fundamental human right. And even federal government will believe with me that yes, he has a lot of followers. Okay. He did not defy the law of the land. But what they did was, if they see people right inside buses, you know, driving to a particular location, okay, maybe to go and have a meeting, which is also their fundamental human right to belong to any association they feel like to belong. They were pied, you know, they were killed, you know, and nobody held them responsible or called them terrorists, okay, for killing innocent people just with flags. I think one person wanted to, you know, say that to Grandmaster, that the approach, you know, to those issues were very wrong. If actually you have a son in the house that maybe he's actually saying that I want this, I want my right, I want my this, I want my that. There are ways to go about it. Okay, other than to go after that person and then kill the person and then shut him down because he's requesting for his right. Okay, Now it has happened, okay? It did not even start, from during the time of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It started from Ojukwu. From Ojukwu to what is the name of this guy again? Which they later settled. What I'm saying is, also I'm from Imo State, okay? If you come to Imo State, that is exactly where this thing is even, taking too much hate. If you go to Abia State, like I was saying, I went to Abia
Kari,
State during the time of all these.
Mr. Kari,
Yes, can you hear me?
Mr. Kari. Sorry
Yeah,
to
can you hear me?
interject.
Yes.
Sorry to interject so that we can get a clear, whatever you are saying. I want to have a clarification on that. You said Nnamdi Kanu, you said something about self-determination, right?
Yes.
Regarding Nnamdi Kanu, right? Are you talking about
Yes.
self-determination under the Nigerian constitution or what? What are you talking about? You said he has the right to do that, right? Under what?
Yes. He has the right to
Under
do
the
that.
Nigerian constitution or under the international law? What are you talking about?
Under the international law. Under the international law. So he has the right to do that under the international law.
And where does that right
So
stop?
what
Where does the right
So
start
if
and
he
where does
has
it
the right
stop?
to
where
do
the right
that
start?
under the international law, you say that he's not going to consider the Nigerian constitution while doing that? Is that what you're saying?
You consider the Nigerian constitution, and also
Mm-hmm.
Nigerian government should also consider the international law as well, and see how to manage the issue. Not to kill people that
No,
are protesting,
where does
that are
your
First
doing,
right
of
start and
all,
where does
first
it
their.
of
stop?
all, first of all, can you tell us the definition of self-determination under the Nigerian constitution? Can you explain that to us first, please, if you don't mind?
What you see, self-determination. Yes, I wouldn't say that. Yes, is in Nigerian constitution. Okay, for self-determination, but in the Nigerian constitution, you have the right to belong to any association you deem fit to belong. Okay, you
We
have
are
the
not
right.
talking about
Okay,
association, for goodness sake. That's not what we're
Can
talking
I
about. She said
Prince
he has the
Beauty? Can I
right.
ask him one question, please? Just one question.
Go
Kariko,
ahead,
can
go
you hear
ahead.
me? Can you hear
I
me?
can
All
hear
right,
you.
thank you. So my question goes.
Yes, I can
Yeah,
hear
my
you.
question goes to us, right? Okay, you say that he has a right to self determination. Are you aware that self
Yes,
determination and secession are not the same thing? Are you aware of that?
they are. They are the same thing. They are.
I think I guys.
They are the
No,
same
they are
thing.
not the same.
I hand the
Constitution
mic
They
back
and
are
to
not.
you.
self-determination.
I'm done.
Which law are you
I
quoting
hand the
from?
mic back to you.
No, no, no. No, no. Can you explain to me?
No, which law?
Secession
You,
means
which
to
law?
Bros,
break
go
out.
and read your book. Go and read your book.
Tadiko, you see
Don't come
why,
and
you
learn
see
here.
why, you see
You don't
why,
know the difference between self-determination and
you
secession.
see,
Okay, and you're picking and you're requesting the mic to speak.
turn over,
Guy,
don't be offended. You see why
guy.
I've been saying it that the loudest amongst IPOB people are the craziest, the ones that doesn't know anything. If you don't have the proper information, don't dabble into discussions you know nothing about. This is not your average IPOB echo chamber. And that is why you don't see your foot soldiers here on the speaker session, because they cannot make, I don't think they can be able to hold any reasonable discussion here. Imagine Kadeko, at your age, you don't know the difference between self-determination and what's he called, what was the other one, secession. You say that they are the same thing. Kadeko, what is wrong with you? Yeah. See, let us just give him time. Just finish your discussions, submission, so we move the mic. Go ahead.
Hustling, how will he be finishing his wrong assertions? He's not coming here to lecture
You
us what is wrong now. Let him back
you
it
you
up.
mean
If you say that secession and self-determination is the same, give us under which
Wait,
law of the
wait, Michael,
United.
Michael.
What laws
Maybe
are you
you see,
quoting?
he genuinely doesn't know, so maybe I can help him a little bit, right? So
Let him accept
yeah,
that
he
he
said he
does not
doesn't. I
know.
think since he doesn't
For
know, so let me just help him a little bit.
Guy, this
Kadiko,
guy said it's
teach
the
him.
same thing.
grandmaster? Can you allow me, grandmaster? Can you allow me?
okay,
Grandmaster,
I
this guy
wanted to
said it's
explain
the
it to you,
same
but you
thing.
can go ahead. Go ahead, no problem. I wanted to explain both terminologies to you and what they actually mean, and how they apply to the case of Nnamdi
Grant, go
Kanu.
ahead and
But
explain to him.
no, he said he wants to
Tutor him
speak.
up, please.
Grandmaster, can you allow me?
Kadiko, hold on. Since you don't
Yeah,
know
go
the
ahead. No, let him go. Let him
hold
go
on.
ahead. I think he's having network issue. Let him go ahead.
Hold on, Kadiko. Grant, please explain to him because there are some other IPUB people here, so they will also
Okay,
learn.
okay. So I'll just very quick. So basically, yeah, under self-determination, it is usually a form of a right that a people or an individual can actually own. Now, this self-determination has nothing to do with it's not always about, let's say, you want to have your own country. No. It can also be your free will, you understand, to freely choose maybe your own, let's say your own political group, to choose your own economic group, to choose your own what do you call it, your own career, your career path, to choose anything that you want to choose without anybody interfering in it. That is what self-determination is all about. Secession, on the other hand, is when you forcefully break a country apart and try to take that part that you broke away from that country completely out of that country and make it independent in its own. These are two different things altogether. They are not the same. Now, anybody has the right to self-determine. You have the right to determine what you want to be on your own. I have the right to determine that I want to be an astronaut, even if I know that it's not possible for me to be an astronaut. I can aspire to be an astronaut, and I'll try whatever I can to see if I can become an astronaut. I may not end up becoming but I have the right to aspire to be an astronaut. Nobody can come and tell me you don't have that right. That is self-determination. You determine yourself what you want to do, certain actions that you want to take that are legal. Secession is a different thing altogether. Now, when you people come and you say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu was asking for self-determination, that is absolutely okay. What he cannot do is to forcefully break the country and secede. Because under the constitution of this country, secession, I don't even know if there's any country in the world that allows secession, not even the United States, right? Secession is forbidden, by most countries in the world. If not all the countries in the world, I need to check it out, but I know that most countries in the world forbid secession, forcefully breaking apart the country, right? That is what Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB's ultimate goal was. Now, what I wanted to ask you initially is this: since we understand that he has the right, to self-determination, okay, Nnamdi Kanu wants to have his own country. What are the practical steps that he took when he was in Nigeria within the boundaries of the laws that exist in Nigeria to ensure that a process was started towards him ending up having that country that he wished so much to have? What are the steps? Or was he expected to just forcefully break away the southeast region from Nigeria, which constitutes a secession, and then call it a day? What was the consequence? What would be the consequence of such an action? So these are the questions we should be asking, because I keep saying this because I don't know anywhere in the constitution of Nigeria that people are allowed to break away from the country. It is not allowed. The country will forcefully bring you back. They will forcefully bring you back. So if Nnamdi Kanu was so much interested in having his own country, shouldn't he have first of all gotten himself involved in politics, gotten people elected to the House of Assembly, and then probably
Grandmaster, please, when you talk, you allow others. I'm a
okay,
gentleman.
okay,
I've allowed
okay,
you to talk.
okay, no
Okay,
problem, no
you made
problem.
your
The,
point.
the the
Okay,
host said I should
you
explain. That
made
was
your
why.
point. Okay,
Yes, the host said I should explain.
yes,
That was
you
why I
made
was
your point.
explaining. But
You
go
can,
ahead, no problem. Go ahead,
yes,
go ahead.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. Secession might not be forcefully, okay, breaking away, okay, from an existing country, okay. It might be peacefully, peacefully break out from an existing country,
No, secession
okay.
is not.
You can call
There is
for
nothing like a
referendum.
peaceful secession. No, secession
No,
is always
no, you
forceful.
can withdraw.
Mm-mm.
Hold on. You can withdraw formally.
No,
You can as well
but
withdraw
that is not called
formally.
secession.
Okay, you can as well withdraw formally and form your own.
No,
See,
you
all these
cannot
other
withdraw formally.
countries, all
It
these
has to
other
be
countries
in
would have
agreement. That is not what you are talking
you
about. Is not called
can.
secession. Secession is when you
You can
forcefully
with
break away from an entity. That is secession.
you no no not forcefully.
Nah,
If
you
you
can't go
say,
up there.
either peacefully, hold on, just
Please, IPOB people, go and bring the intelligent ones. We can't keep on entertaining this stupidity here. If you want to debate people, Kadiko, go and call the host of Radio Biafra, other educated people. Let them come up here. We are tired of having this back and forth. You don't know the difference between secession and
Host of Radio Biafra,
you don't you don't if you know
Opasi
that you don't
Huayek,
want to engage people intellectually here. You don't know anything. And we are nice
Opasi
Muslim.
Huayek.
Please don't request Mike here to come up here and waste our time.
Mbanye Ochuko
If you
Kaikia,
you
Yochuko,
see
Biko,
we are
Biko,
having a
Mbrogo,
serious discussion here. If you
Yochuko,
don't
Yochuko, Obili Igbo Konsuo, Biko, Yochuko, all time, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ochiko, I see
Hustling,
Ochiko.
for the
Ochiko, you
sake
have the
of
mic.
those listening, can I define
Tobe,
the
hold on a second. Let's have a new speaker. Ochiko, you have the mic.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hustling 10 over 10. Thank you. I appreciate you. Please, can I just get a thumbs up? Let me be sure I'm coming out, please. Thumbs up. All right. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Okay. Uh, and good evening, everyone on this space. I would love to ask Grandmaster a question or two. And thankfully enough, I suppose there are one or two legal minds here. Maybe they can also assist. I just want to get some clarification, okay, from Grandmaster and maybe from anyone as well. Okay. And we are talking about Sowore's arrest. Sorry, please, I passed that. But MN case trial. First of all, before I ask the question, I put the question to Grandmaster. I think it's important that we will do as much as possible at every opportunity we have to try to correct false narratives. And one of those false narratives, which of course I know we have spent about the past 4 years trying to debunk and trying to put things in proper perspective. And one of those is that I had someone say on this space that an idiot Simon Ekpa took over from Mazin Nnamdi Kanu as leader of IPUB. And for someone in 2025 October to be making that kind of a statement, it can only be one thing: mischief. Otherwise, back way back August 2021, IPOB took steps, okay, both through the press releases in print media, electronic media, through Radio Biafra, even published on Nigerian newspapers, right? That the person of Simon Ekpa was never a member of IPOB and he is not a member of IPOB, let alone being a leader. But of course, what do I know? People will always want to, sell what they want to sell. But
So hold
while
on,
they
all
do
the shit
that,
that
we will
Tommy declared in the name of Mazen Kanu, and the people listening to him to enforce that sit at home.
Emo Truth, can you just hold on? We know where. Just allow. Hold on a sec, please. Let him flow and get done with his submission. You ask questions, but of
My
course,
apologies, my
see,
apologies, my
there are
apologies.
video and
10,
audio
but we don't
recording.
care.
My
10, we don't
apologies. Look,
care. That
Mr. 10, it's
clarification,
not
we
easy
don't
to
care
tell me
about it.
to open my brain and use sandpaper to smoothen it and,
Sorry,
not expect me to
What's his
struggle.
name? Ochuko or whatever. Look, we don't care about that clarification. We don't care. Both of them, they can go to hell. Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Eber. So we don't care that clarification.
hustling,
You guys got
hustling.
me
I
and
know
There's a
you.
Ando
video of
too.
Nnamdi
Oh,
Kanu praising
go ahead.
Simon Ekpa. Oh. Like, all the people think we're foolish.
Hustling, hustling did it.
yeah, yeah, I'm here.
If I say you want to play that
can I go?
audio where
Can I go?
Nnamdi Kanu literally told people to go and listen to someone, but listen to him.
My
Abi,
brother, if you see, let us hear Ochoko first. You understand me? These people, you catch them here, they will run there. You catch them the other side, they will run to the other place. Just go ahead and speak, Ochoko.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's on that. I think is it Beauty was saying people don't care about that clarification. I understand, and that was why I started by saying people will always sell what they wish to sell. But as much as we get the opportunity, we will also say what the true situation is. All right. I don't want to go into deeply into that, but if you ask me questions about sit at homes and all of those ones, I can give you the facts as they are. Okay, not hearsay, not rumors about endorsement by Nnamdi Kanu or on Simon Ekpa to say listen to somebody. Of course, you can play whatever you want to play, and then I can also tell you exactly what he was saying and what the context and exact same words that he used in that clip and what he said. When Nnamdi Kanu said listen and share his broadcast, he also said listen to about 17 other people in the same breath, in the same statement. Okay, so when you want to play any clip, please, as enlightened minds, play the complete clip so that people can listen and make their own judgment. I think it is good for us. We are people living in 21st century, for
So
crying out
when
loud. Okay,
Nnamdi Kanu
so
called
that's
for the
just
killing
Archer,
it.
Archer,
of
Allow
people
me
Archer,
that
now.
come out,
Allow me now,
Archer,
please.
when
hold on.
Nnamdi called for the
Why didn't
killing
your leader
of
disassociate Toby? Why didn't your leader disassociate
never
Simon
Luna
from your
South,
group? Why did
never
he
now.
refuse to do that? Can you
You
answer
people
me?
brought Unu Melalo na Southeast IPOB. Unu Melalo.
I just stated here now that as far back as August 21st, 2021, IPOB already associated the movement from Simon Ekpa. And you are asking me again to answer what again?
Your
You
No,
mean
leader, your
you
what
leader
said
said go and
no.
listen to him. What are you
Who
saying?
is
So what are you
speaking?
now?
Hold on, Archer. Right? Let's go with facts. Right? Your leader
okay?
gave 10 orders to your DOS, right? And on those 10 orders, I think the first one, either the first one or number 4, he ordered them not to attack Simon M. I hope you're aware of it because I have the list. He actually
Go on.
ordered them not to attack Simon Ekpa, and Simon Ekpa was the one paying his legal fees. He never disassociate. Hello, who is speaking? Go ahead and answer me. Go ahead if you can.
No, no, no. Of course. Sorry. I had to giggle a bit because that was too funny. Please, my dear sister, please. Eh? Like I said, I can never force anyone
Wait,
to
Ochuko.
accept what.
Ochuko, wait. Are you disputing the fact that Simon Ekpa never contributed to the legal fees of Nnamdi Kanu? Mazio, Ochuko.
To, to,
Wait,
I
is
to
even
are
wait.
you
have the list.
Hold,
I
serious?
even
hold on,
have the
hold
list of
on,
I'm
the
actually
10
hearing that for
orders.
the
I
first
have
time.
it.
Really?
hold on, hold
Please,
on. Mazio
please
Ochuko,
now.
are you
Firstly,
disputing that
Wait.
fact that,
Hustle, did you say he was paying Mazin
of course,
Abikanu's
now the
legal
evidence
fee?
is out there now?
I didn't know
yeah.
Yes,
this.
yes, he
Please.
was.
Firstly, please.
They gave about 20,000
Can you allow me to speak?
euros
Oh,
twice.
wow. Allow me
Okay, hold
now.
on.
I never interjected. I mean, I've been on the space for quite a while. I never uttered a word, not even a single word. Why not afford me that courtesy too now? I know it's your space. You asked me if I am aware if Simon Ekpa contributed money to foot Mazinam Kanu's legal fees. Let me tell you this. First of all, I cannot sit here where I am and tell you that I know all the millions of people around the world that contribute money for Mazinam Kanu's legal case. However, it's on record. The lawyers that represent Mazinam Kanu, right from Ifeanyi Ejiofor, Michael Zikume, and then even these recent ones that I cannot say a word about them now. Every one of them have come out and they are on record to have stated that they've represented Mazinam Kanu pro bono. The records are there. So if you have a list of people donating money for any purposes, you don't expect me to come here and tell you yes or
Are,
no. That would
Okay,
be very
are you
childish of
saying,
me.
hold on?
Let's go to the last one. The fundraising for
No,
this
Beauty,
protest.
there's something,
The people that
Beauty, there's something, hold on,
he
Beauty,
ordered,
there's
they
something he
are
said.
autopilots, right?
Uh,
Go
Beauty,
ahead.
there's something he said. He said all the lawyers representing Nnamdi Kanu are doing it on pro bono. That is not factual. Because even till today,
That is
hold
not
on, hold
true.
No,
on.
please.
Bruce Fern,
Okay,
you
okay,
guys are owing Bruce Fern a legal fee. Are you aware of that? Are you aware that Bruce Fern is being owed
okay,
legal fees?
okay,
I bet
okay,
Kano Agabi they do
okay,
am
okay,
free. Kano Agabi
okay.
na free
Okay,
na
leave
pro
Kano
bono.
Agabi first. Are you aware that you guys are still owing Bruce Fern his legal fees? Are you aware of that?
Should I respond?
You have the floor now. Respond.
Thank you. I said I mentioned Ifeanyi Ejiofor, I mentioned Michael Zekume, I mentioned the current ones, Ejimako that have now been relieved, Maxwell Okpara. I did not mention Bruce Fine, but Bruce Fine, because of the nature of his job, he's an international lawyer, right? So I can't tell because I never heard him talk about pro bono. But remember, I said that the ones I said,
Bro, sorry, brother. Sorry, brother. One quick interjection. Are you aware that $90,000 was paid to Michael Zakome? Are you aware? $90,000 was paid to Michael Zakome as a payoff. Are you aware?
Please, did you listen to what I said?
Or are you denying that part?
No, did you listen to what I said?
No, you mentioned Michael Zakeme as acting or working for him pro bono, but that's not true.
Okay. I don't know. The essence of the beginning.
Okay, Ochuka, I think we have to let you go here, please. First is that Michael Zokome is not even he's not representing Nnamdi Kanu pro bono. I don't know where you get that information from. Beauty, I think it's best we move to the next speaker. We drop.
No, let him
No,
land.
Ochuka, go
Let
and
him
bring the
land.
intelligent ones. We can't keep on. This is like we are repeating the cycle all the time. You guys should go and bring the intelligent ones that can debate us here. Don't come here and be spewing unfounded claims and driving us left and right here. We are not kids. This is not your average IPOB echo chamber. Stop doing that. Beauty, please let us move. Let's move the mic, please, to another person.
Okay, can we just give him 3 minutes? Let
No,
him
no, I've
conclude,
dropped
please.
him.
I'm
There's no
begging.
need now. He's just jumping left and right. There's no need. Let us
Oh,
move the
okay.
mic.
Okay. I think the next person should
He
be.
said he had a question for me, Hassan. You should have let him ask the question. I was waiting for the question actually. You should have let him. You should have let him.
Okay, please
Ochuko knows his
allow him.
onion.
You will lie, we will defend him.
You
Allow
should
him,
have let him
please.
because Ochuko knows his onion. Just that he's
Allow
also a
him.
liar,
The same
So
Ochuko, in their
yes, he will
states,
deflect from the questions you're asking him. So,
they did not
but
enforce
you should have let
anything in
him.
their
Let's
states.
learn from
They
him.
did not, Ochuko himself, they did not enforce that their useless sit at home in his own states, but they enforce it in the southeast in Igbo land. They did not enforce it in their own state. Una gonna fear Ochuko. They did not enforce it in their own Abani Kabias in enforce and threatening people's life for coming out. That is the bone of
Okay, I
Honestly,
think.
problem.
Huxley should have let him finish.
Yeah,
Honestly,
no.
so we don't turn it to a complete
Grand,
echo chamber.
they look for who they tear like lions.
Nah, I dey find
Yeah,
customer,
him
man.
and
I dey find customer,
Michael.
man.
Him and Michael.
No, he said it
Okay,
because he has gone
Awale.
before to say he wanted to have
Awale,
a
go ahead.
discussion with me that I always come in the
I
space and I
wanted
just
to
speak and
ask
I
him a
leave before,
question now.
so
Obagoson Obaruru.
yeah.
I
So it's
wanted to
already
ask him if
Okay,
you
he
are
will be
doing sit at
back.
home in their place.
Okay, I think he will be back.
Please, someone should read up what secession means. When I talk about it, you can formally request and work to secede. Okay,
Kadiko,
it's not a crime.
let me read the definition
It's not a
here. Let me
crime.
Are
read the
you
It's not,
still
definition.
talking
but not
Let
be
about
me
by
read the
that?
force.
definition.
I
Sadiko,
want Grandmaster. I've sent him what secession means. Okay, let's just stop,
apologies
spreading
for
false
interjecting.
you
information
Let
didn't
here.
me
send
read the
me you didn't
definition.
send
Thinking
me
that
what
so many,
secession
so many
means.
of
You
us did
sent
not
me
go to school.
something
I went to
else.
school. My father trained
Grandmaster
me
Chelo,
very
No,
well.
Kariko, don't lie. You never
My
sent
father
me
trained
anything
me very
secession.
well.
Kadiko,
People
can
should
you
go
hear
But
and
me?
look
Kariko,
at
you
what
never sent me
secession means.
anything. I mean, how
Okay,
can you send me what
so
secession
it's
means
not
when
a
I
crime.
already know
It's
what
not a crime
secession
for
means?
you to request for secession. It's not a crime. Other countries are doing it, and people have done it as well.
Not
Okay,
secession though.
let's
Kadiko,
go
Not
around ourselves.
secession
give me a
though.
Igbos,
minute, Kadiko.
Igbos,
Not secession though.
people should go and
Self-determination,
follow
yes.
sense.
Secession, no.
Self-determination
Self-determination,
is not a
yes.
crime.
Secession,
Secession is
no.
not also a crime. You can
Secession
formally
is
be
a
requested. You
secession
can
is
as
a
well
crime
go
in
for it.
almost all the countries in the world.
It's not a crime. It's not a
Yes, it is a
crime. Show
crime
me
in
where it is
almost
a
all the
crime.
countries in the world,
If you
including the
find
United
that yes, you
States.
can formally request, you can do it formally. You can as well formally request,
Secession
The
to
can be
only
succeed, and
time,
then
peaceful.
the only
go on
time we
Secession
your
have
can be
way.
seen we
peaceful.
have seen a form of formal
Please,
secession, right?
let's just try to
Was the
understand
breakup of the
this. It's
USSR.
not a crime.
You
After
understand?
all, before
Secession
Nigeria
can
come
be
to
peaceful.
exist,
Slovakia
before Nigeria come to
Slovakia
exist,
seceded from
Igbos were
Yes,
Czechoslovakia
existing,
but
the
peacefully.
but
Northerners were
but now
existing.
it is
Okay,
outlawed in that country.
let,
Singapore and
It is outlawed in that
Malaysia
Grandmaster,
country.
let me
counterpart
ask you a
peacefully.
question. Your
What do you say, Kadiko? What was the
your
question?
grandfather was your grandfather or
Teddy, I hope you know that Nigerian constitution made no provision for cessation. I hope you know that before you continue arguing. I don't know what you're arguing for. Go ahead. I think we'll go to the next person.
That is what I find so baffling, beauty. Like what exactly is the end goal in all this?
Unmute. I think you.
Grandmaster, you came here and say
Like I
Grandmaster,
said,
forcefully.
Grandmaster, unmute.
Forcefully.
this is what I find
Yeah.
very baffling.
You're
Are they really
creating your
like
own
expecting the
English in
Nigerian
your
government
own
to
head.
just simply look
You're
away
creating
while
your
the
own
country
English in
is
your own
split?
head, Grandmaster.
Because there's
You are
basically
now
no law
applauding.
in
You are
this
now
country that
applauding
allows
the
secession to take
Nigerian
place.
Listen,
judiciary.
So what
Kadiko,
exactly are they
You
talking
you
about?
have double mouth. You
Kadiko,
have
Kadiko,
double
listen,
lips.
let me
You are
Kadiko,
now
define it
applauding
for
Nigerian
you now.
judiciary.
Kadiko,
You
come
know,
on down, come on down,
go back
come
to
on down.
2023. Go back to 2023.
Cardio Zuzilanu.
You are misinforming yourself. You are literally misinforming yourself. All right. Let's narrow this down. Yeah,
Unmute.
let's narrow this
Grand.
down to Nigeria very quickly, right?
I know you because of this
Kadiko,
importation
wait,
you're
you
doing to the south. That is the
know.
only thing that is driving you.
I know
Just
you
to
know me
bring
good. You know
bring.
me now. You know me fine. I am always who I am, so I don't think that's ever gonna change. You know me, and then what changes? Yeah, I will still day where I did. But anyway, let's narrow it down to this. See, Kadiko, you are misinforming yourself, and I think you're not doing yourself any good because you continue to give yourself this false hope. It is actually okay for you to face reality. I understand what is actually out there. Secession is not allowed in Nigeria. Secession is not constitutional in this country. Nobody will allow you to secede from Nigeria. And I feel like this is beauty, honestly speaking. I feel like these are the kind of pipe dreams they sell a lot of these young people that make them
Yes,
continuously continue to fight.
Grant. Grant,
Yeah.
look, I wanted to tell you the reason I use self determination. Oh, that's the only word. That's the one thing I understand. If you use cessation, Hannah and me understand. So Hannah, where self determination. So if you want to talk to them, you have to
But that is
go to
literally
that
them
level.
fooling themselves because self-determination, in its purest sense, is not you breaking it. You can have you can actually have self-determination within an existing entity. For instance, let's say something like regional autonomy, right? Based along maybe along ethnic line. We had something like that before. In the what do you call it?
Grandmaster, go and read English.
Wait now,
Secession,
Kadiko, wait.
self-determination.
Kadiko,
Which
make
one
I
is now? Now,
finish
which one is a
now. I
process?
don't like the way this guy is just
You know,
interrupting
when
me
you're
now.
talking
Let me
about
finish. If I finish speaking, you speak. Let's have a civil discussion now. When I'm done, you can speak. Because people are listening and they need to hear me. I hear you.
Master, why don't you first find out where exactly is he reading
It
from?
doesn't matter where he's reading
What
from.
exactly is he
It
reading?
does not matter where he's reading from.
He could be reading
He's not.
John. He
He
could be
cannot
reading John
possibly be
without
right. It's not
understanding.
possible. Because this is something
Grandmaster,
I
Grandmaster,
very much know about, right?
Grandmaster, Grant,
Yeah.
look, explain to them that the only thing here on a peaceful that they can do it peacefully is if they are calling for restructuring or if they are calling for referendum, they can do that. That's what
Even the
Hannah, what are
referendum
the
is not
terms?
possible. That is the problem. Did you
Yeah,
see
but
when I
at least
asked
they
him?
can ask for it.
Yeah,
What I mean
he
is they can
cannot
ask for
ask for
it
referendum
peacefully.
because it does not exist. It doesn't exist. You can't ask for what does not exist. What you would do is you first of all ensure that that thing that does not exist is established. After it is established and it exists, you can now start asking for that thing, right? To be respected and for you to take advantage of it. But the point I'm making here is this. That was why I asked him initially. When Kanu started his agitation, right? What specific steps did he take when he got to Nigeria to ensure that that thing, that self-determination he claimed he was looking for, you understand? That, he put it in, let's say, he got the ball rolling. Somebody was working towards it. Wasn't he supposed to get into politics? Is he expecting that all of a sudden, because you remember when they were shouting referendum, referendum, referendum? How do you expect the Nigerian government to give you something that does not exist? I think the last time even anything like referendum or plebiscite existed in the Nigerian constitution was, I think, in the First Republic or something around that time. Since then, we haven't had this thing there. So how do you expect them to give you something that does not exist? So this is you literally selling pipe dreams to these kids. You come up here, you tell them, right, that they have the right to self-determination, fine. And then you hide it behind, you literally want to secede, but you hide it behind, self-determination. I tell them, oh, this is your right. Continue. And these kids continue to die for nothing. You sell them this pipe dream, knowing fully well that
Exactly.
it is unachievable. It is unachievable. And when we come up here, we try to explain to them what you are asking for as it stands today. Do I like it? I don't like it. But it is not achievable. You cannot get it. This is the point they refuse to
Now,
understand,
Omazi
and the point they
Ajay
refuse to accept.
That's what their leader told them. That's what their leader told them. If they ask for restructuring, right, then that's why I'm against them with this whole marginalization stuff. You talk about marginalization, but here you all are, whenever in election, you do everything to stop election. You're supposed to elect people that will go into the house and then ask them if they can put that into the constitutional referendum. They can start from there, which I know is going to be difficult, but they're not doing that. So
Beauty,
that's
remember
what
the
Nnamdi
slogan
Kanu
was
told them.
Beauty, remember the slogan was give us referendum. How do you expect the federal government to give you something that it doesn't have? The federal government doesn't have anything referendum now. Where is it supposed to find it and give it to you? It will require them to, at least I'm an expert in this, but I want to believe that it will require them to amend the constitution, right? And for you to
Exactly.
amend the constitution, you need to get, if I'm not mistaken, a 2/3 majority, and then also the State House of Assembly. And then you manage to amend the constitution. You have to build the alliance, and the bridge is needed for you to actually, you have to give the people the reason to believe that this referendum that you're asking for is so important to the Nigerian entity that we need to have it in the constitution. And then if those people agree with
You
you,
expect
you go on that
Brad,
journey.
you expect these people to build bridges with Janja weed. I am
No,
Fulani
the
people.
problem is that
People they build.
there's this crude way. No, 10/10